玩了10年多了。
10 years of Blitzcrank.
我机器人的队伍说，你们不可能会躲过了钩子的。
Oh, this is the series where Ocean Drake has to spawn. Oysters in Wales, bro? No Ocean Drake? GG.
It's a double, triple for him as he shreds those health bars. Apperman trying to go old school, but he's taken down as
Ordered food? Ain't no way. No, I didn't order food. I'm thinking about it though. Problem is, what I order, a burger for breakfast? that ain't happening. That ain't happening.
应该会非常轻松的获胜。在我们打的时候，我们都是非常相信自己的队友的，我们一定不会停止进攻的。谢谢你们一直来支持，我们会更加努力。
Oh, maybe I can make cereal. That's a good idea. Wait a sec.
Love the confidence coming out there from Shousey. Welcome back, one and all, to the analyst desk here at Worlds 2023. We got Wales versus Oysters. I got my marine biologist here with me on the desk to break it all down and let everyone at home know who's going to be taking it on.
This is a clash of Titan versus Oyster, right? Yeah. It's absolutely insane. And honestly, I think I really had to do some digging to see who would come out on top in this one. I think historically we need to compare Wales and Oysters, how they fared against humanity, because usually they don't match up against each other. And Wales got off to a rough start, don't get me wrong, more like candles, but Orcas have been buffed on the most recent patch, so I've got to say Wales right now in 2023 are looking hot, whereas Oysters, they're just getting popped open, and it's not looking good.
Oh. Well...
Wait, do you suck on oysters? How do you eat them?
I love me some oysters.
We'll see. We'll see if the Team Wales can have themselves a little bit of an hors d'oeuvre, shall we say, coming into this one, but they got to go through Shousey. We saw the interview there with him there. Oh, big hook man coming in right now, and I'm loving the confidence this guy has coming off of the PCS.
It's pretty insane. When I saw
What's the difference between
pick, I was like,
sucking
okay,
and
we can see
slurping?
a little bit more priority on the pick overall. This gank was great because they had to clear on the towards Tribush. This one was a little sussy because he didn't see the ward, but man, he was winning them fights just based off these picks alone.
The dude is absolutely on fire. I also have the Kaisa build next to it with the Umbral.
Slurping is like this, right?
No reason on the map. The dude is just
but that's sucking.
Fog. Shousey may just be there.
You never ate an oyster? No, I never ate an oyster.
He was so solid. But on the other side, BA was fantastic on the other hook champion. His Nautilus was absolutely legit in their series versus BDS.
I would rather eat
Hook City for sure.
a double cheeseburger than an oyster.
Boom! It was beautiful, and I'm sure it's going to be coming, but the fact that he was able to get what
double
was,
cheeseburger
right here, the predict, bang! Of course, Crown Shot made a mistake there, but it was great from BA to be able to make those plays.
I'm not about that fancy restaurant, okay?
Their team.
Fancy
so
restaurant?
Can definitely look towards
cheeseburger.
Their own support and say that's where we're for sure
that's
going
what I'm
to be
saying.
able to pick up wins. Really earlier on when we were able to see Shousey's hook through mid lane and being able to pick off the jungler, is like instantly turns into a Baron. So just off these hooks alone, playmaking supports can completely change the game.
Yeah, I think all things considered, we are looking at either
is there drops? No, the only drops in this stream is BDS falling through the standings.
Champions, so much kill threat with those duo lanes on the bot side, but then mid game is going to be full on chaos because fighting for vision inside river, tracking off of those resets where their support's going to be going is going to be so important because both of these players are looking for those picks, and it's not even always linking up with a jungler, so it makes it almost less readable because you might see the jungler show on the top side and then BA is just in mid lane as well, so you got to be on your guard at all times, both of these teams.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's not even just about the supports as well. We had Artemis popping off as well, so this was like, it's a kind of a collection of things, if you will, coming together here, and I just feel like Artemis is, it's kind of in the promised son, if you will. There's so many people who follow this region on Twitter who are saying, like, this guy is legit, and he's been showing it.
And especially on the Kaisa, like, the dude just hunts down Adam
I trust
in a
Adam.
side lane. This is the game following.
Yeah, I trust Adam too.
Just absolutely monstering. But Artemis knows exactly how much damage he can do. You're usually not walking into a Renekton 1 versus 1, which is fantastic. And then the moments he chooses to engage in a fight, like here, right after the engage comes in straight into the
Did you check the expiration date of the bowl? Yeah, I did it. The milk is not off.
One of the things that we were aware
and cereal doesn't really go off, I think, right?
Going into the tournament, honestly, was that
you can't really
Artemis
have cereal
mechanically incredible. The decision making is the only thing that was called into question, but we saw perfect decision making in the game 2s and 3s, and it's kind of similar with both of these teams that started off a little bit rocky in their first game, a straight up loss by Team Wales, while flying.
No, it doesn't go off.
Had a bit of a tough first.
If there was a zombie apocalypse right now,
and then took over that game.
We would all be eating
I look towards their bot lane,
canned food
into the series or
and
game. I think they're
cereal.
Spectacular.
That's a fact.
100%. And I think for me, I'm looking at this series in terms of draft as Kai'Sa being a very high priority pick. Because, like, yeah, talk about the Hook champions. I think we could see a trade. It's also not guaranteed that Chelsea is going to lock in the Blitzcrank. Nautilus might rise for both of these players. But the Kai'Sa having the ability to follow up on those mid-game picks is
are good.
so lethal. Yeah, it's all right to trade the Xayah. You have strong laning. That's no problem.
Do you guys have, in chat, do you guys have, like, emergency food in case there's a zombie apocalypse or, like, the world's ending? Do you have that? Because I can tell you for a fact that the world's ending today, I'm living off Mr. Beast bars.
I thought their drafts were excellent coming into this tournament. Blind picking Rumble in particular because they're confident in how he and Rest is playing that top side of the map. And then the Jace was great for Jimyan. The quadra kill that he was able to get through mid lane in one of his games. Just the patience that he has in general and when he should engage. But also he's just hitting shot blasts pretty consistently. On the right targets too. He completely blown up what was the center.
I thought about this yesterday.
So I looked at his Jace, I was like, great.
If a war broke out in the world,
thumbs up
and all the water was cut off,
like, if you look at these
how would we make water? If my
so
tap didn't work, how do I make water? They don't know. I was thinking about this yesterday.
Like you were mentioning,
what do I do?
Jungler, you know, like some kill pressure down on the bot side of the map. I think it's really important that Team Wales challenge the Rumble and the Jace in drafts. Like, I'm looking at bans or prior
what if it's summer?
On those two champions, because if the top side of the map is able to play that, they work so nicely together. The Rumble team fighting is just gorgeous, especially that ultimate to help set up the engagements when you're playing, you know, a Hook champion on the bot side of the map. You've got to be able to
remove the freezer. Oh my god, you're a genius. I licked the freezer, right? I opened the door and then I put a cup.
It was great. And honestly, just this comp alone is something that you've probably played throughout the entirety of the split. Kai'Sa and Jace, or even just the idea
Why are you question marking? Listen, the
so
freezer, on the sides of the freezer, there's ice, okay? So if the water in the tap stops, open up your freezer, let it defrost, and then drink it. You take the water and boil it and drink it.
And as long as you come into fights knowing that you're playing with resources properly, if Rumble has ulti, then great, we're locked in.
It's contaminated, but if you
could I ask for those drafts one more time?
Boil it, it's not contaminated, is it?
Like, you gotta consider how low commitment. There's no commitment in these comps either in terms of like sending your body in. Like Maokai, Sejuani, Rumble can engage from a mile away. You have got Poke with the Kai'Sa and the Jace as well. Like this is the Tinder of team comps, right? There's absolutely no stakes here, nothing on the line. No commitment.
No match.
Yeah, maybe we just take river water.
No, Wales got to be swiping left on these.
Well, before we get into picks and bans, let's check in with Team Wales' ADC Artemis in the Verizon Game Day interview.
Of the playing stage of Worlds 2023, and I have
Ender, what's up?
Me, the AD carry for Team Wales ahead of today's game. Thank you so much for joining me ahead of your game. Let's talk about what happened yesterday. The upset win against Team BDS. How did you react to this victory?
Em cảm thấy thế nào sau khi chiến thắng BDS?
Khi mà cảm xúc của tụi em khi mà chiến thắng được BDS thì tụi mình rất là vui vì đã giành được chiến thắng khi mà tụi mình được đánh giá là một đội kèo dưới.
I felt really happy getting a victory of BDS because we were rated as an underdog team.
Yeah, as you said, you're an underdog. How much do you think it's going to help you, and it helped you overcome this team yesterday?
Em có nghĩ là cái việc được đánh giá là đội kèo dưới nó giúp em giành chiến thắng với đội này không?
Đó cũng là một phần vì tụi mình có một cái tâm lý thoải mái hơn và một cái tinh thần ok hơn nên là tụi mình đánh cũng tự tin hơn.
It does play a part because it gives us a more relaxed mentality, and so we can just play as we want it.
And I think this one is extra important for you, especially given the fact that you're a rookie here at Worlds. How did you get ready for this stage and for this tournament, especially given the fact that you're the primary carry for the team?
Thì em là tân binh lần đầu xuất hiện ở chung kết thế giới á. Thì em đã chuẩn bị như thế nào cho lần thi đấu này? Đặc biệt hơn là vì em là đầu tàu carry của team nữa.
Vì trước khi chung kết thế giới diễn ra thì tụi em cũng đã đi được Asian Games á, nên là cũng có vài kinh nghiệm và một số chuẩn bị cho kỳ chung kết thế giới lần này, nên là việc lần đầu ra thế giới cũng không có bỡ ngỡ cho lắm.
Before this, I had a brief appearance in Asian Games, and so I wasn't really surprised all the way here in Worlds.
And then focusing on to
The
next
jersey is
matchup
really
against
cool.
CFO that you're going to have later today. Tell me, what is your resolution for this game, especially thinking of the fact that their AD carry, Sean, is also one of the main carries for the team.
Thì lát nữa em sẽ đối đầu với lại CFO á, thì em đã có chuẩn bị gì cho trận đấu này?
Someone in chat says it's just the World of Warcraft logo.
Một team đánh khá là mạnh ở mảng dưới.
Thì hôm qua thì tụi em cũng đã họp và biết lối chơi của họ, nên là hôm nay mọi người hãy đón xem nhé.
We had a brief meeting yesterday to discuss about their playstyle, and I think I've got it pretty well. So you guys stay tuned for this.
All right, let's keep an eye on this then.
That was
Thank
a
you
good
so
one.
much, Artemis, for the interview. Good luck on today's game.
Thank you.
Wow, thank you so much for the translation. And Munch and Dagda, back to you guys for the game.
Thanks very much, Law.
That was a good one.
You know, just had a brief meeting yesterday. That's all it took.
All
it took, just a brief
Should have
meeting.
said Chelsea downloaded entirely in that like 10-minute meeting. Easy.
Yeah. I will say, I love that we've got a rookie player called Artemis in the tournament where the world song is Gods. He's literally named after a god. It's like, and then he's playing like a god.
Is there a god called Artemis?
I mean, it writes itself, right?
I thought Artemis was a robot.
He's going to have his work cut out for him. Like, Chelsea and Sean are no pushovers, especially if we're going towards those hook champions for Chelsea. They love to try and play around that bottom side. So for Team Wales, they are definitely still the underdogs coming into today. Even though we got to see them against BDS yesterday, it was a scrappy, hard-fought game.
And it's worth just quickly mentioning
He's the god of
CFO,
hunting.
the second PCS representative. So if you watched our first series today, PSG dominating in that second game versus Loud. They've set now a 4-0 record in play. And CFO,
Oh, she's the god of
they came
hunting. It's a
second
goddess.
place. They were so close to winning that final. Now they've got to match up to their other PCS counterparts. We're into the draft though, Dagda.
That's funny because Team
CFO
Wales has
Yeah,
Artemis, who's
I thought we'd actually
the
see
goddess
like
of hunting,
maybe
and they're
take instead,
sponsored
but
by the Hunter
or
Group.
even
On their
Sejuani
t-shirt it says the
potentially
Hunter
option,
Group.
But like Maokai, the Diego gone. It looks like Gemini. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, going to go back towards the Sejuani because traditionally when I think of Gemini, it's more of those kind of tank engaged champions that I consider him for. Trying to set
Sejuani
up
first
the
pick
team
over Rel.
work with Chelsea when they get towards the mid-game opportunities.
See that?
See if we can find those opportunities. Sejuani has definitely been an impactful pick.
Oh, Renekton, 10% win rate, champ.
The Renekton open and available. I mean, to be honest,
Hey, Poppy's
I
open.
feel like we're
Hey.
still so fresh in this meta that there's a lot
If
of
they pick Renekton
big
Rakan, I'm
picks
gonna
that
mold.
still go for. So like the Renekton is one of the highlight ones, but you know, things like the Ezreal is open, that's very safe to pick, very powerful pick. Things like the Orianna that have been able to dominate.
Don't pick
We've also started to see
Rakan.
things like the Nar start to creep up as well as answers into
Don't
this
pick
Renekton.
Rakan.
We got to see in the last game. I'm 90% certain Rest played it the last day as well into the Renekton as well. But in that situation, it kind of works well. We can try and be that team setup. The Ari going to be taken for glory. We've
Poppy top, maybe?
had GB to high heavens.
Lissandra,
It's all
Sejuani? No,
glory.
you're not doing that.
So having him kind of take a step back from being a main source of damage to instead of swapping over towards the Ari. It is his most played coming in.
Azir, play it,
when
please!
I think of
The
how
pick
well
himself!
they're able to find
Fuck's
that
sakes,
success,
where's the
it's
Poppy at?
Glory having those big moments, but on the upside, we already highlighted the Nar. Rest looks like he's going to go back towards that. And now it is a case for Jimmy, and like, what do you want to try and go for here? He had a fantastic performance on the Jace, but I don't think you can go for the Jace here with just how little AP damage you have.
The Nani mentioned though.
What do you pick here?
See.
I mean, Syndra is fine, to be honest.
Plays in this one because Jimmy, I think, far exceeded a lot of people's expectations. His
Syndra's fine.
Looked really, really fantastic.
Azir is okay.
Rest pairing up with Rest
Orianna's fine
on
too.
the Rumble, Jimmy on the Jace. And we could see that Orianna that we've talked a lot about. We've not really seen as much as I expected so far. It's been kind
Orianna
of
to Ari
by
matchup
Nico,
is
but Jimmy bringing it out.
Yeah, in the not World qualifying
It's
series,
good for
we saw
Orianna
how
early.
important that was for Nuke. Like, incredibly strong pick when it's able to get those two items. So we'll have to see now, especially with the team fight setup you have on CFO. Like, my God,
Ari
you'd be
leaving.
terrified as Team Wales. But I like what they're going for. Hey, look, let's go for the Lee Sin here for BJ. Let's try and have this setup where we can go for the strong mid jungle and see if we can try and play through that play for picks. But when we got to yesterday, early to mid game, they were like, okay,
Bans
cool,
here,
we
it's
can
hard
actually
to
try and
tell.
make this combo work. But I think they really
I would
struggled
say
when they got
Ezreal
to the
ban
later
for
portion
Team
of the game
Wales
where
is
they
not
were
bad.
trying to, push waves to get vision to set up to play this pick style of composition.
Or they target
and
support.
That's where Team Wales really
Is Shun
started to
playing
struggle.
Draven? Is he a Draven
I want
player?
to see that short up here coming into this game if they're going to try and play around this combo.
Yeah, I mean, Team Wales managing to get that upset yesterday against BDS. But towards the end of those games, me and Ender were sort of playing the game.
Oh, yeah,
of
he played
count
it
the
yesterday, you're
Barons,
right.
Like, how many Barons does it take to actually close out the game? So perhaps a little quicker today from Team Wales. But we'll have to wait and see how they play this one out. I like the old school trio. This is like
Nautilus
old
pen.
school. We want to take control of the early game.
I would be a bit scared of Rakan on 4 now.
It's such a
If I'm CFO, Rakan on 4 would be really annoying.
But also just try and play for your lane states. Point. The CC is there for a Lee Sin, which is the big thing that he wants. Blitzcrank respected here against Xiaoxi though. Nautilus going to be taking away on the opposite side. Probably going to be setting up for things like the Rel and the Alistair potentially to come through. I think for
I think
CFO
Ezreal
side,
is the best, isn't it?
Xiaoxi even taking I think he's going to go
I
for
mean,
the Alistair.
Sivir is
he wants
pretty
to try
shit.
and say, hey, I'm going to be that big setup.
Kalista.
Things like the follow-up on Sejuani,
They could go Kalista, but a Poppy support is a bit scary. Braum on 4? No, I don't like it.
That are good against it, because even
it's
if you
Ezreal,
go
isn't
for
it?
the Rel here, you're in a bad spot.
Alistar.
Wales
Wait,
are
now
gonna say, hey,
CFO goes
take the
Ezreal, Ezreal Braum,
and then
and it's
see exactly
GG,
what
isn't it?
Xiaoxi does want to try and go for.
Ezreal Braum,
Alistair's
GG?
kind of a takeaway from Xiaoxi as well. Like, while we all know Xiaoxi's Blitzcrank is insane, it's not like it's his most played. It's a situational pick. But the Alistair, the Rel.
Why? Rel into Alistar? Why?
Obviously the Nautilus as well, but Nautilus kind of Why? It looks like it will be the Rel.
Go Poppy support, Gragas support,
Very
Braum.
well with the combo that they've got. The one thing they're lacking right now is damage, basically.
That's
What AD are they
probably
playing?
be filled up here by Shun coming in here.
they
I
play
expect
Zeri or
that's
something?
Gonna be able to do a lot of
I'm gonna...
consistent. Well, maybe I was gonna say kind of be that late game scaler. Or at least provide a lot of that damage in the later portion. Now, you can still get a lot of work done in the early stages. Kalista, very strong early game champion. But my biggest worry is CFO like to try and play around bot side, but you're up against Rel into Alistair. Your setup's really difficult to try and make work, and Kalista kind of needs a snowball.
I've got to say it. For me, that's an MF angle. With this much CC and this much
I don't like
combo,
Kalista
that's
there
an
too
MF
much.
angle in my mind. But we'll see what Wales are going to do to try and answer this aggression in the bottom side from Shun and Xiaoxi. They want to dominate the 2v2. Like you said, the Alistair could make that a problem.
Oh!
See what Artemis wants to take as well, because Artemis has been very impressive so far.
Alright, chat, you know the drill.
That Aphelios.
You can tier 1 or Prime to avoid ads for the whole tournament. You don't have to, though, because you'll never miss any in-game
You're
stuff.
kind of playing a lot of, hey, we want to go for dive with the Lee Sin, the
You know the
Renekton,
drill.
Ari, even the Alistair to a certain extent, right? But a lot of those times it's like, hey, we're using a flash from Alistair to get into a position to get a good knock-up. Ari's going in with a long-range charm after using her Spirit Rush to get into position. So trying to catch up to these fights as Artemis might be a bit of a problem. I think he'll do well.
Alright, mods, Gamba it. Gamba that shit.
But if Team Wales are looking to push their advantages, I'm a bit nervous that this fight might just be just out of his reach as Team Wales are trying to make that happen.
I have the glasses
I'm
here that I
curious
used in
to
the video.
watch his general form on Aphelios as well, because Artemis.
These glasses are reserved for the shy only, though.
Games of Zaya. He's played 16 games of Kai'Sa. Aphelios is next most played with 4 games. Whoa. Like, this guy plays Zion, he plays Kai'Sa.
Vedius is begging for gifted
doesn't
subs.
necessarily get that much opportunity to play the other picks unless they're banned from what you can divine from the stats. We'll see how his Aphelios is. I'm sure it's in great form.
That's bannable offense. Sorry, buddy.
Yesterday is anything to go on because Artemis looked phenomenal. But it's CFO
That's a bannable
versus Team
offense.
Wales here, and I've got to say, I'm excited because I feel like PCS versus VCS.
That's a bannable
these
offense,
guys
Vedius.
are pretty close to
I
each other
cannot stand
geographically,
for
and I feel
any
like
kind of
VCS historically
rule
has
breaking
built
in
a
the chat.
reputation for being very fast, very aggressive. But Team Wales,
Vedius,
I'd
aka
argue their
millionaire,
playstyle's
begging for
closest to
sub.
what
What
you
the
see
hell?
from PCS.
Vedi.
Yeah, I mean, very slow.
Begging for sub as a millionaire. What the hell?
Fights, but are even
What
just
is
to
that guy
look for
doing?
Multiple barons like we saw yesterday to try and close the game out. But we'll have to see. I mean, for Team Wales, I mean,
He
big
can't
victory
see the
for them,
stream
picking up
anymore?
the first
Wait, he can't
ever
see the stream?
Best of series win for the VCS second seed yesterday. So a big shout out to them.
Wait, if he's
Getting that
banned, he
first
can't see
win.
the stream?
But now again, they have to try and do what feels like a very.
I thought he only couldn't see the chat.
Going up against the PCS second seed.
Team Wales, they were the underdogs going up against
Oh, wait.
the
Oh, I just unbanned him.
underdogs now against CFO, but the PCS. They look like the region to watch here at play-ins. We've seen PSG 4-0 so far. They're into that.
Oh, it depends on my
qualification
settings.
match. CFO, they want to match their rivals from the PCS.
Wait, Vedi, when you were banned, could you see the stream or?
Yeah, CFO. We got to see Flying Oysters coming into Worlds last year, and I think they picked up a couple of fans. A lot of people not really like Flying Oysters. The name actually comes from the CTBC.
That was fake news. Oh, okay.
Supply. It comes from their slogan. The slogan has the name family in it, which is what Feimuli is actually the translation of Flying Oysters into Mandarin, which is why their BC Flying Oysters, CTBC
Family.
Yeah, it's kind of cool.
Like a little wordplay. It's the name for your team. I'm a big fan of that. I'm a huge fan of that. I'm also a fan of just the name Flying Oysters. Even outside of the wordplay, it's just a great name in general. And also, we'd be remiss if we didn't mention we have the Battle of the Sea Life on our hands. It's the Oysters in the
Vedius got gifted a sub. Cringe.
Corner. Who will come out as King of the Seas?
It's like, who would you win? 500?
Hey, this Lee Sin doesn't do Q second. He does W second.
We're gonna find out.
Is it 1,000 oyster?
He does W second into Krugs. Why?
Whale-sized oyster. I don't know. We've got a bit of an all-in on the bottom side. Chelsea jumping forwards to try and find Prio here for Shun. Not level 2 just yet. So they can't quite commit to the full all-in.
Yeah, they're going to be able to, though, to hit the level 2 first. They should be able to walk. Should be able
W
to walk
heal. Yeah, but I always go Q.
To use both of his stacks, but not really in a position to push too far forward, as you can already see.
Maybe I'm boosted.
Shun and Chelsea getting good control. So I think this is my biggest worry, is that I haven't been impressed.
Yeah, and you're not at Worlds.
Oh,
okay, cool. Thanks, man.
These guys as well hasn't been impressed by BA, so I'm curious to see how much pressure Chelsea and Shun can get in this bot lane, despite the weaker matchup of Rel into Alistar, and if this Alistar pick can give the control that this bot lane of Team Wells needs.
Keep my eyes on BJ as well, because he's one of their sort of star players for Team Wales. He's the catalyst for a lot of their early presence, but Gemini, no stranger to the early game. This is a player that likes to get in those
nice
lanes,
invade with Kalista.
likes to gank at sort of level 3, this sort of part of the game. Now going for an invade on this Sejuani, trying to take away BJ's blue buff.
Yeah, nicely done. Hey,
nice denial. I think they should try and maybe look for more though, because bot wave's gonna crash soon.
Blue for myself, and also kind of creating that split map where now if you're BJ, you have to try and move back up to this top side. Try and
I think for me, Glory has been the best mid in playing so far.
Maybe a bit of a difficult
Glory is
situation
really
for Gemini
good.
to try and contest, so I'm actually curious how this one pans out, because as you can see, BJ is like, oh cool, lane prio top side, I'm going to get this blue on the opposite end.
Gemini goes for his wolves. I don't know if that's just caution or if whether he's not willing to take the contest or if he doesn't know BJ's on the blue buff right now. Didn't go over any vision to get to this point. Now we'll definitely know.
Nice pathing by
BJ's in
BJ.
the area, but it's too little too late. The blue buff
Bang.
is gone. Okay, it's just luckily for BJ, the smite was on cooldown for Gemini. Use that on the other blue buff.
Wait, he can backtrack here and take double crab.
Because the way the wave is stacked, you got control over
His pathing from Gemini was a bit awkward. Doesn't support bot very well.
Surprised to see BJ try and clear out these raptors that have just respawned of his.
Fuck, I should have bet on Wales. Did I bet on Wales or CFO? I forgot.
So we'll have to see exactly what the plan is, but looks like with the stop off, he may be a little bit late to the raptors on the bot side, actually even with Glory resetting. Okay, it's just going to be a case of...
I bet on CFO? Oh my god, I should have bet on Wales.
Maybe. I think he is going for it.
Indecisive, but yeah, he's looking like he's moving down towards that. Gemini, in the meantime, perhaps looking towards the actual bottom lane itself. All in from Shousey. Stun is there to beer. I mean, he's not even needed. The flash is there. The ignite comes out. As Graviton on both bot lane.
Actually, no, I think CFO should win this game because enemy team has Lee Sin. That champ is useless.
It's very low. They've got to be cautious.
Buff it.
Low, but the wave is still kind of pushing in towards Shun and Shousey, so we kind of have both junglers still hovering here
Buff
to
it.
make sure. One Artemis and Bay, who are also kind of taking low specifically the support to push this wave in and get in a position where they're all right. Like you can see, look at Gemini. He's just re-going to this bottom side here.
Yeah, Gemini happy to stick around, and this is, you know, he's built a reputation.
Gemini is, wow, we're really ganking bots. He wants to kill the Alistar. Should go on Alistar. Okay, thank God for that. Don't give him W.
There's no flash available, and so it becomes a free kill. First blood for Shun and Shousey with a little help from Gemini.
Great mind game from Shousey. He's like running immediately at Artemis, and you're like, okay, well that's clearly the person we're going for, but turns at last second, catches out BA, who's stepping forward to try and knock back the engage coming through from Shousey, so you end up getting the kill.
Ignite for what? Well, he probably ignited because he has Nimbus Cloak, I guess, and maybe he thought it was his way of escaping.
Or else he'll never be able to reset. And now
I don't know if he has Nimbus Cloak or not, though.
Towards his own jungle. So nicely done by Gemini to get the first blood here.
Oh, really? Actually just starts off the Drake off the back of, he knows that the enemy bot lane's resetting, his bot lane's resetting. Nobody has Prio, so why not try and sneak away the dragon?
Why are you all spamming my map?
It will slow him down a little bit.
Ocean Drake is good. Now, give me Infernal and then Chemtech. Don't give me Cloud Soul.
Yeah, trying to find Gemini, I think, but BJ now stuck in the pit. Gemini moving around, just hiding behind the Drake here. BJ is going to be better at smiting than what you'd expect from Gemini, just with the fact he is that Lee Sin. Would be in the area. Gemini has
Hextech,
so
nice. Nice, it's on a Hextech soul, nice.
1-0 in terms of kills, 1-0 in terms of dragons. But all things considered, a quiet
Glory's doing really well in this lane.
I think this is where it's going to start to really pick up. Though.
He has a lot of push.
6 hit for Glory in the mid lane. He's burning through a ton of mana alongside Jimmy, so Jimmy actually going to be relatively safe because you want Spirit Rush him to charm, but I think you want to try and play mid. Chelsea though, we get to play here. Very nicely done, right? Changes his direction.
Nice, it said Johnny didn't take the kill.
Back, immediately gets the stun, and Gemini's there to follow.
It's the fact that Artemis also flashed. Like, Artemis was sure that he was
Sparta
and
Glory are doing really well in solo lanes.
Very nicely done there by Shouty. And it's kind of like how he plays Blitzcrank as well. You see him W in, you see him sort of flash forward, but then goes for a target that you're not expecting. It's all about the kind of misdirection.
I think, though, the misdirection right now is kind of where BJ is going to be in the map. He's already back down towards his bottom side, taking the scuttle again. You would consider that he's going to be moving towards his top side. You can actually see the little Callista.
Oh, that war timing.
Soldier is wandering around in the jungle to spot out exactly where the camp's been taken. But BJ now spot on that ward.
What is it called, the Callista Ws? What are they called? Ghosts? No, they're called Sentinels. No, they're called what?
Position than you'd expect because his top side is all about to spawn, but not able to get to play on the bot side. Shun will now know that he's reset thanks to Chelsea clearing out that ward, and they'll be able to crush this.
Rats.
I feel like those Callista ghosts are...
Bro, you're so annoying.
They really give you a false sense of security. They're very weak in terms of ward. It's no Ash Hawk choice. You know, at the end of the day, like, it's very easy for a jungler to dodge those, so I like that they're also warding the river.
Yeah, when you play Metal Gear Solid,
there you go, I fixed it.
It's like, oh, okay, I can see exactly where they're looking.
It's BJ in the river just hidden under a box.
Cast the game? I'm not going to cast the game. I don't cast anymore.
The box is well spotted by CFO. So again, you're going to be moving up towards.
Although there is something I'm going to be doing. I will be kind of not casting something, but
himself, Glory here in mid. I want to see this play happen. I mean, looking at the amount of rotations we're having for Rift Herald, and Team Wales almost always completely rotates all 5 members up here. So if CFO have done their homework, they should know they're here, and that's why they're kind of having their own squad starting to rotate up towards this top slot.
There's no way he's getting this Herald.
B5 we've got on our hands,
hit it! Oh, nice. Oh, Charm Flash was good.
And Shouty, unfortunately, on the wrong side of the blade.
Nice Callista ult. Nice, they got Herald and got out.
Got a Callista, so he'll get out. Nobody dies. Herald stolen
Herald and out.
So you're happy out as CFO. Managing to get into position where they're like fantastic.
Yeah, there's a show match in December. T1, K Corp, G2 will be co-streaming from the arena, I think, which will be
it is going to be a Rift Herald in towards the mid lane,
which will be crazy. Maybe we can get Faker on the co-stream.
Because one of the big things we've noticed with like Orianna builds coming into Worlds is, hey, we've moved away from we're going to go for tiers, we're going to go for like 2.5 to 3 items.
And a nose there as well, yeah.
I'm going to go for Leandries, I'm going to go for Shadow Flame, and just try and spike earlier off of 2 items, but kind of forego a lot of that late game burst damage that we kind of come to expect.
Oh, he should have maybe could get more autos in there, no?
I feel like those individual item spikes are all significant as well. Like when a mythic is finished for either of these mid laners, it does feel like a big moment in the build where suddenly that shockwave comes online. Suddenly Glory has either assassination potential.
Is Wolf co-streaming Worlds? The T1 Wolf, is he co-streaming Worlds?
Depending on which type of build he wants to go for. But looking towards sort of later in the game, you do get a little bit nervous for CFO. Anytime there's a Callista in the game, you get a little bit nervous about what happens sort of beyond.
Anyway, what's happening this game? I don't know. Bit of a slow game. Solo lanes are losing in lane phase, but they took Herald despite having losing solo lanes, which is really important.
Their advantages through bot side already. The fact they've got the Rift Herald has been great. Obviously, losing Dragon.
They need to get first item on Callista.
They're actually in a strong enough position right now with Callista being, you know,
and fight second Drake.
30-10 CS up, let's say, in that bot side. Yeah. You're also looking at the fact that Jimmy has been able to farm effectively in the mid lane. Rest is doing relatively well in that top end. Like, the only thing you're really worried about now is like this second dragon that's about to spawn in 50 seconds. You want to try and make sure that Jimmy has his reset, has at least picked up well, I suppose he's just back to his Phoenix Codex. Probably won't have enough to just barely finish his first mythic beforehand, but you should be very close to your Blade of the Rune King here for Shun. Like, these are the spikes that you're really looking to play off of at this next dragon. And hope
he didn't cancel Ari's space. Ari went Merc Treads. Sparta's ulting top.
I don't think he has the damage to actually finish this kill off, but he does still have his flash available. He's going under the tower, taking a couple of shots himself, and Rest
needs to be careful now. Flash W.
This could get dangerous for Sparta, but Rest
decides respect.
It's not worth trying the all-in.
I like it from Rest though. It's like
heralding mid. Okay, I mean Drake's on up for 10. Oh, BJ's gonna die here. Big mistake by Lee Sin. That useless champ is dead.
top of it. Jimmy getting some gold there. Or he gets a combo, but
now they get Drake as well. Game state's really good for Oysters.
With another advantage.
Great pick. Chelsea coming over the wall with Gemini.
Oysters beat Wales. They're too small. You can't touch him. You gotta crack the shell. Ain't no chance you can crack the shell. The whale ain't got no chance. Don't be Cloud Soul, don't be Cloud Soul, don't be Cloud Soul, don't be Cloud Soul, don't be... Fuck!
The true damage off of his Orb of Deception. Denies access to this wave as well. And
how is it always Cloud Soul?
I think that plate goal might have gone while he was out of range.
Yeah, just about, but now Gemini's in behind. Last charge there for Glory. No flash, but just going to be a scare in him all.
Oh, he are flashed onto a Kalista lane. Mistake.
Twice already that Xiaoxi gets to go too far forward and gets away with it because of the Kalista.
And twice Artemis has blown his flash in bot lane for not really needing to. Like, flashes in aggressively try and find that play, but you're just taking Xiaoxi out of the equation. BJ is here on bot side, has flash.
Sejuani needs to cover, but Ari's moving down. He's gonna have to maybe flash here. Oh, he didn't flash the Alistar combo. I think he would die anyway, though. At least he had Q on him.
Taken down. Team Wales finally get themselves onto the board. And you've got to be a little bit nervous for Shun and Xiaoxi here. Xiaoxi pretty low, but against Caedrel, probably not willing to dive.
Jimmy was missing from mid lane, so they don't want to overcommit to anything on that bot side, but yeah, I think for Gemini,
wow, Glory is out-laning so hard. 140 CS.
Follow-up engage coming through from BA if he was hoping to survive that. But this here, beautiful stuff. So Rifttower goes down, and BJ...
I feel like if I had to make a super team out of the players in planes right now, it would be like Azzy,
this bush right here, and then doesn't expect
Xiaoxi,
it's a nice turnaround pick. I thought they go for bot lane.
Glory.
BJ gets the kick, but here, with the flash coming through from BA, he didn't really have the vision of the Alistar. So unfortunately, even though he had flash, he goes down. But
Junjia,
that shield close. Yeah, that safeguard.
and maybe Root,
literally
or I don't know. A lot of ADs have done good. Artemis, Shun, and Root have been pretty good now, and Wacko.
This duo sees an opportunity where BA isn't in the lane. Couldn't quite finish off the damage. Honestly, I feel like that's quite lucky that BJ is able to flash in range to get the safeguard.
Yeah, that was incredible.
Chadam's good, but Azzy is so good.
In fact, if Artemis had gone down, that's immediately more plates going over to this Kalista. She's going to be in a fantastic spot. Also, because you knew that BA wasn't in that bot side, it actually ends up messing up the mid lane play that they were trying to go for Team Wales.
Azzy is insanely good.
Was trying to see if they could get onto Jimmy in there, but
no
not really in a
Appaman.
position to do so now either. So a lot of those kind of plays falling apart for Team Wales. But again, it's more of a case of we're just waiting for 40 seconds. Rift Tower is going to be up. First item's now completed for CFO and also for Team Wales on the opposite side. So for Team Wales, can they find that pick before they go for Rift Tower, or Xiaoxi after sneaking into a perfect spot against an AD carry that has no sums?
Opportunity on the bottom tower here, but Jimmy, he's nervous. There's a lot of vision in that bottom jungle from the red side. There's a singular control ward in there from the side of CFO.
Ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba.
There's Glory. Oh, good little charm. Gemini in the area though. Jimmy, I think he's trying to look juicy, but it's not going to happen.
I think that's kind of the thing that a lot of people forget about Ari.
Appaman went to Worlds and not you. Yeah, I know. And you can say Poe be more playoffs than me as well. Go ahead. You're so funny.
Where you can overextend and start to hit towers, whereas Orianna is in a very vulnerable position when she goes for this. So that's why you're having Gemini down here to be like, well, I need to be here in case BJ shows up. Jimmy becomes very vulnerable underneath the tower. We can easily go for dives as Glory, so that you need to back away, which means that now, actually, I was going to say they're going to go for Rip Tower, but rest. BJ, yeah, it's doing work.
Yeah, gonna be knocked back here, and actually a bit more of a combo as they
nice
get the
ult.
ultimate onto Artemis instead. Shun dives on forward and runs him to pieces. Xiaoxi, the target is BA.
Nah, they get second herald as well.
3-0
Kalista.
2 more souls collected for Shun.
I feel really bad for BA in that one. BJ just booted Xiaoxi onto him, was like, no, he's your problem. You have the Magnet Storm, I'm gonna...
Nar gets isolation as well, so he can recover.
Has absolutely nowhere to go, but... Big
really good
play from Rest. The fact he actually gets that damage out of Sparta in the top lane means that you can't really compete, and Sparta's now going to die!
No, that's not the place you want to
Oh,
be.
he got chain CC'd with the Q flash, so he couldn't ult.
Wow.
CFO is really good.
They'll be okay. But another pick for CFO. It feels like when it comes to these rotations, CFO have got it on lock.
And that's the thing. Wales were like, hey, we need to try and correct this top side, otherwise we can't go for Rip Child, which means the Xiaoxi...
Oh, that ult was clean by Gemini.
Beautiful.
Where's my Nautilus at though? We need more Nautilus deaths. No Nautilus.
Is easy pickings, and Shun is just having a field day in these two fights.
And it feels like we're getting that early power from the Kalista that we were wanting. Sparta, I feel like
Sparta.
You don't. right to walk into that river right there. As the Herald is taken, that's now.
He went Bramble Vest, second item, Gemini.
With the tower on the bottom side, the gold lead starting to slowly build in favor of CFO. Not too significant just yet, but it's where the gold is, right? You can see the gold difference over time, just spiking. But Shun has so much. That's the key thing here, is that Shun is now at a power point.
Yeah, but Blade of the Rune King completed, also having that Rage Blade in his back, or the Rage Knife, sorry, in his back pocket. It's going to help out, and that's why you can see Team Wild is like, no, we cannot contest for this next dragon. At least
Arena's leaning bot side for Gnar.
More wiggle room where they can get to the later point.
Aria's ult.
Realistically,
they're getting top tier one.
Artemis to hit to 3 items, which you're just so far away from that.
Yeah, Ari can clear pretty happily.
On the opposite side, Jimmy is already powering through his first item. He's got a bit of a skills for himself. He's able to work towards that second one, which I imagine is going to be the Shadow Flame. And then a CFO, you're good to party. Whereas for Team Wales, I think your pick comp for working between BJ and Glory just has
mid tower's down, bot tower's down.
We're seeing a lot of Alistar value against these Heralds today, but they won't have the damage to actually finish it off.
Nope, bot tower's not down.
It's going to be the Spirit Rush, a charm.
And Glory's doing so much work for this team.
The shield is burst through. The Orb of Deception and the Spirit Rush.
He is chovying.
Won't come through in the end.
Almost 200 CS, 17 minutes.
Game for himself. I will say, if we take a look at the solo lanes quickly, big CS lead for Glory. Mild CS lead in the top side for Spider as well.
Yeah, I just don't know if they're going to really be able to play through it. I do think Glory having control against Jimmy is great. But it's going to be
40 CS lead.
difficult for you to actually
Jesus.
create any sort of pressure with Glory when you shove in mid as Shun and you immediately have Gemini and Chelsea like playing into the jungle like this. They know that they've got such a big advantage in the AD carry role and win the 2v2 prio mid that they can actually rotate in and just push Glory away from the tower. And when the bot tier 1 goes down, suddenly the map becomes significantly smaller for Glory to try and play that one out.
He doesn't miss creeps.
This is where again
He doesn't miss.
You gotta try and find
Chovy's on his PC, team viewer.
Plays of BJ and Glory to work together against Jimmy. But when you don't really have control of your jungle, that becomes significantly more difficult.
I have to say, Dag, that I'm really disappointed that we got a Kalista in this game. Not because I don't want to see Kalista. Kalista's exciting. But I was so ready with all the Kraken Slayer versus the Whales puns. And we get the 180 carry in the meta that doesn't build Kraken Slayer. Oh, to be fair, I wouldn't even say
we'll get
Kalista's in
Ezreal
the
next
meta,
game as well.
When is T1 playing? T1 won't play for another week. Well, under a week.
Interested to see how this one's playing out.
More like,
honestly,
yeah, about a week actually, yeah. 1 week from now, exactly, actually.
They typically like a slower game. They're not necessarily the most aggressive team. But CFO, neither are they. They come from a region where playing slow, playing cautious.
1 week. Next Thursday is when Swiss starts.
And you can see that they're very comfortable with this style of play.
But that's the thing. It's like when you win out before.
I think the draw for Swiss stage is straight after the last best of 5 on Sunday.
BJ before they get to the objective, they're looking for actually it's going to be a Void Staff coming through for Jimmy.
Wait, he got warded on.
We watched that ward get placed down. Chelsea, I think, was already shopping at that point, but it doesn't matter.
Kalista ult has so much value this game.
Comes on through. That should be a 0-3-5 Chelsea, but they're playing so well around this Kalista ultimate. Beautiful.
Still though, this opens up Team Mouse. Know they've got the numbers advantage in mid, but with an ulting, the ult available for the Gnar, they're going to end up backing away. So yeah, I mean at this stage, just like Team Mouse, yeah, you're kind of half on the advantages.
All CFO really have to do is just wait for Drakes.
And then again, when it gets to team,
they can force with Kalista Rageblade around Nash if they want as well.
Got Chelsea, who's great. Gemini's going to be fantastic. Jimmy and having access to a bit of a wombo alongside everyone.
Doesn't have Rageblade yet, does she? She should though.
I think the only
she does.
Give to Team Wales when it comes to those later fights is
Glory is very clean with CSing, very clean.
We do get to like 6 items that Aphelios can start to make a difference if he's got the right weapons in the fight. We've all seen what a late game Aphelios can do, but it's so circumstantial. You kind of need the stars to align. You need to be in the right position. You need to have got late enough in the game. Kalista now hitting 2 items. CFO are going to want to start to increase the pace of the game a little bit. They are spiking really hard on this Kalista.
Yeah, I mean, but for CFO, like, it's kind of a case of, right, we'll just keep doing what we're doing. We're winning it as we're moving across the map. And honestly, I think this is why CFO have been so successful domestically, right? When you look at they've been in 4 splits, 3 splits, they make it to finals. The other split was they finished in 3rd. Like, this has been a team that has come into the PCS.
They have good topside control.
Absolutely spectacular. And it is the opportunities of, hey, we've got an incredible...
Is Odoamne doing the draw? I don't know who's doing the draw. Probably someone like Odoamne is doing it, I guess.
Now they're looking to play around them again.
Oh shit, we're forcing here?
From Gemini and the follow-up onto BA. Does
a bit risky.
Will,
They got Ari TP.
It's enough.
If Odo Amne is doing the draw, we're all fucked.
I saw
We just are.
Jimmy
We're all
and
screwed.
was, and I was like, that's a monster shockwave. I think Team Wales kind of breathing a sigh of relief that that one didn't end up triggering, because that would have been a very disastrous point. The fact that you end up with Glory TPing, I think scared CFO a little bit, but again, they're kind of getting what they want. It's
maybe Yankos does it? Yeah, maybe Yankos.
But surely eke that one up, and even though it's not the kills, they're going to be in a fine spot. Dragon, 16 seconds. You see a little bit of a late reset coming through from Shun. They want to move over towards that, but it also means that Glory might be in behind for the pick on Jimmy, but he's out.
Jimmy gets out with his life here. Glory is on.
Man, Glory CSing is crazy. He even just dropped the wave top, and he's still 250 at 22 minutes.
That's Vigars. Horizon Dawn? No, that's not the game. Horizon Focus. I always call it Event Horizon in my custom games, and it's got to a point now where it's like removed the name of the actual item.
An LCK player? An LCK player would be fun. Viper doing the draw would be really cool, or Beryl doing the draw would be really cool. But I think they're probably going to have an LEC player or LCS player do it. If I would guess.
I will say, the fact I called it Horizon Dawn as well, that feels like fate, because we do have Artemis, God of the Hunt, in the game. That's a game all about hunting. You know, it all lines up.
I really wanted to make, like, if Artemis messed up, there's an Irish author called Artemis Fell.
Why?
Sorry,
I don't know.
Call for Road Artemis Fell. And
I don't know.
Oh, he's really messed up because that's an Artemis Fell.
260 CS, mamma mia.
It sold like 50 million copies. I'm like, I feel like there's maybe enough people who get that reference.
I think, like, I know of Artemis Fowl, and I was on the same wavelength. Like, do I reference Artemis Fowl? I don't know if it's a popular enough series to reference.
The thing was, I messaged Medic and was like, "Hey, what do you think about this?" As actually Chelsea. But yeah,
Can never catch Rel.
Like, what do you think about this? Can I make this joke? And he was like, compare the 50 million copies that were sold to Harry Potter or Lord of the Rings, and I was like, yeah, they sold slightly more by like the 100. Like, yeah. It's a very different story comparatively.
Okay, mid-wave contest into top side. It's a bit of a weird game. Wales have top push, CFO can't play side lane with Orianna, and they want top tier 1, but they can't get top tier 1 against Ari Lee Sin. So their best bet is just grouping.
Simple wordplay, so I'm in too deep in this conversation, I'll be totally honest. Feels like Team Wales were a little bit in too deep. They're going to have all of their vision cleared here. Baron is up onto the map. Feels like that's where the teams are starting to lean now. Still 3.5 minutes, still the next Drake. CFO on that soul point, but it's a Cloud Soul, so not going to be the end of the world. Does open up that Elder Drake later on in the game. BJ moving in to try and
okay, we're going in. Nice Sejuani ult. Oh, Alistar combo was great. Nice cleanse flash by Kalista. BJ! Oh, what a kick! Now Glory cleans. Glory cleans. Glory is so good.
Away from the rest of his squad. CFO though pushed away. It's 2
for 1. And a shutdown on Kalista. Can try and play for mid tier 1 now. Man, Glory is sick.
Big engage onto Shun that then sets up BJ, and just like that, they've come alive. They'll get the mid lane turret. And I thought that this was going to be a very different conversation where Flying Oysters were able to take it. But Wales proving me wrong.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's really lucky that they managed to get the jungler so Baron couldn't go down.
But that's the thing, look how much was invested. Ult from Chelsea, ult from Gemini, ult from Jimmy, and all on to get BJ, and he gets out. Big, it's a beautiful engage into Shun. Shun flashes away.
Glory plays his fight as good as possible. BJ also did really nice on the kick flash.
Shun has nothing left. The ward, or the safeguard onto his teammate to get the distance on the follow-up. Beautiful stuff from BJ. And once Shun's down, consistent damage isn't there. Rest not having Mega Gnar, Jimmy not really in a position to consistently get the command attack and command shockwaves to deal the damage.
And you see the damage.
Kalista knows summoners now, and Ari has both summoners.
Oh
well, both summoners flash.
You just chase them down, you get those resets, and you start to clean house. 6-3 on the scoreboard, but the gold is within touching distance right now. Team Wales fighting their way back into things.
The thing is though, like, CFO are trying to A-ram this a little bit too much, where it's like, hey, we could actually try and push in the mid lane and then like rotate up towards this top side. I don't know if I have a second to draw on this, so I might just hold on.
Glory's on the flank here. No, you don't have a second dagger, but
Oh, Glory.
does. He's found
Just I say he's smurfing, he just solo lost the game. Wow. Well, that sucks.
And now Beer left to the wolves as he'll be
Yeah, they just lost the game.
Shun with a double kill. That might just open up the Baron, but Shouts
Or?
has gone too deep this time.
Oh, rest. Oh, the shockwave. Oh, rest.
CFO making it happen.
It's not a caster curse. I'm not a caster.
They're sending the whales into the air with that shockwave. Jimmy, and that was sick with rest. And just like that, they turn over towards the Baron.
Easy Baron.
The fight they need,
Orianna should push top. Orianna push top. Orianna push top.
Massively in their favor.
Just when a play goes positively for Team Wales. And
Now they push out top, reset for Drake. Perfect. They get soul.
They slam the clam shut, as it were.
Ah, Glory made such a big mistake there. Very big mistake by Glory.
And they begin their Red Bull Baron power play.
Yeah, and look, they're not going to stick around to try and get the top turret, but
Get Drake, get Drake. Don't let them have any more Cloud Dragons. Don't let them have more. I don't want to see any more Cloud Dragons. Get it quick.
Great turnaround engage from Chelsea. And B is just trying to save them, which means there's actually little engage left on Team Wales to turn this around. So they end up picking off the Alistar off the back as well. And then we got to look at rest. Turns Mega, moves for, flashes in. Artemis Gale forces to try and get out of that, but the shockwave
clean.
was already set up beautifully. That was glorious from Flying Oysters.
Nice. Oh my god. Oh my Jesus.
Oh my god. Oh my Jesus.
Different directions. They all get pulled in. It's like the maximum spectacle available from the
That was sick.
That was so good. That was amazing. But CFO, I mean, amazing play to follow up on that. BJ is in no man's land on the opposite side of the map, which means CFO starting to move in here. They know they've got Baron. They know they've got an opportunity. Maybe look for something before BJ gets back, but that window's now closed as Rest. Going to try and spread out the damage onto the mid lane turn.
Yeah. Rest has been doing a good job.
Shockwave looks good there. He could have hit. Doesn't have that good vision, I guess, though. He can use Shockwave for poke here.
Following play as well. Ultimate in underneath the tower. That'll be the mid lane inhibitor tower gone.
Just creates a bit of a frozen.
Especially on this bot tier 3, you can use Shockwave for poke.
Doesn't mean you have to be a little bit careful. Like Rest now, popping Meganar means
What
that
do you
you
mean?
kind of got this timing window to get mid tower, back away, and wait until the ultimates are up and available again. So maybe that's where Team Wales might look for something if CFO overextend. You can see they're kind of pushing forward here. They know that this is a time where two ultimates essentially are unavailable.
It's an opportunity potentially. You can't be scared of that shockwave at this point though. After that last fight, you're going to be terrified. Jimmy very close to finishing that death cap as well, which is a big moment for the Orianna. You go from sort of tickling everyone and pulling them in to one-shotting the entire team. It's now trying to pressure on to the second inhib in this bottom side.
Lee Sin. Oh, Orianna reaction time, really good.
Little flash and the combo to follow it up. Shockwave is there.
Orianna flashed the Alistar flash combo. Oh, nice kick flash. Both carries are down, but Nar's alive. It's a 3 for 3. Yeah, Rest might die here. If BA can get in range for a combo on anyone. Aphelios, is he cooking or not? Oh, it's Nar time, baby! Holy fuck, Rest actually carried this game in fights. Damn! The Nar kind of carried.
And pick off the remaining members. It may be Rest, but he's putting the rest of Wales to rest in this one.
Just a lot of rest in one sentence.
Yeah,
CFO though. I'm usually the one doing that.
Nice! We bet on CFO, let's go!
CFO though.
We predicted CFO. Nice! Don't be game one endies, but nice!
We could do better. Solid win here, very comfortable, and doing it in their way. Having complete control pretty much the entire game.
But I mean, what a performance from PCS.
We take those, we take those.
Like, you get the first seed in Group A, now you're potentially looking at the first seed from Group B.
Yeah, he Gale Force backwards, not ideal, but it is what it is.
For the PCS
it is what it is.
I mean, they were absolutely incredible in this one. As you say, it was
I see a Cloud9 jersey.
Get things started, but they knew, hey, look, once we kind of get our footing, we get Shun to his items, we get
I saw a Cloud9 jersey.
Then we can look for.
Someone said, are you holding your editor hostage? No.
Map a little bit better, like take top lane tower, collect some of that standing gold. But they once they got into those teams.
Oh, he just uploaded a YouTube video.
Yeah, I mean they certainly drafted
Oh shit, he just uploaded the video of Brazil versus PCS. Damn, bro, the pace is crazy. The pace is crazy on the editor. I will bear Caedrel. What the fuck? Here's the video. Give it a like. Go give it a like, I dare you. Go give it a like.
Because that was okay. Well, now I can actually interrupt the follow-up on like even that last dive into the bottom side of the map. But unfortunately, there wasn't enough. You just didn't have the AoE damage you need. You didn't have the prowess when it came to those team fights comparatively to what CFO were bringing to the table.
What's the editor's name? The editor's name is Moo. I don't know if he's in the chat.
A little bit beached after the first game. We'll see if they can get back into the ocean and give us a series right after the break.
The Moo. Disliked, reported, Giga Chad. Shut up. What's on the Reddit? What's on the Reddit? LLL versus PSG in a nutshell. Sir, you have no team. Oh well, there's nothing we can do. What? Adam Rennington, Adam Darius. BDS can't win their group, I can't. Yes, they can. They will win their group.
My plan starting at just $25 when you bring your own.
They will win their group.
Save when you add perks like the Disney bundle. It's your Verizon.
BDS. BDS. I believe. I believe. Who won game 1? The Flying Oysters won game 1. That's right.
Red Bull gives you wings.
What is this? LCS and LEC by the numbers? Final placement of teams. LCS 2018 final placements. Okay. Imports percentage. LCS had its first increase of native players in 3 years. LCS versus LEC native players. Wow, LEC 2021 was barely any imports. The LCS is below 50% in native players. Less than 50% of LCS players are native. Whereas LEC it's like what, 85? LCS players over time. Yeah, the NA amount, the amount of NA players going down. Viewership. Average viewers for LCS, LEC. LCS average viewers, oh my god. LEC went up. This is COVID. This is the COVID spike. This is the COVID fade off. Ooh, LEC is taking a dip. Peak viewers though. The peak viewers for LEC. Again, if you think about it, pre-COVID 2019 and post-COVID 2023, it's not too bad. Especially considering there's an upwards trend again for peak viewership. That's really nice. That's not bad at all. I think everything here you can kind of ignore because of COVID. Whereas LCS COVID, pre-COVID era. LEC best peak was 1 million, summer 2020. 1 million, summer 2020. Their best average was 300k, 2021. LCS best peak was 640k in 2017 spring, and their best average was 2018 spring. That was 5 years ago. That was 6 years ago. Sweet Jesus. 2020 was 10 years ago. I think the big issue that will impact League in a year or two is that there is less and less new players because the barrier to entry is just so high and it's so hard to learn. With less new players and older players quitting, it will slowly fade. Isn't that basically how every game goes? Isn't that like the trajectory of every game in existence for online competitive play? Feels like a very natural curve, isn't it? Not CS? Yeah, I guess CS is quite easy to learn. Well, not easy, you know, but there's a lot less nuance. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the kids play these days. The kids just play Fortnite, don't they?
Munchables was feeling himself in that call. He was really going for it. Really welcome back one and all to the analyst desk here.
They play Valorant. How many players? What is it? Valorant player base 2020.
I mean, it kind of all came down to kind of how
the Valorant player base in March 2023 was 20 million. League of Legends player base. In 2023, League of Legends has 152 million, but that we need to exclude China.
Looking and zeroing in on his lane.
How do we exclude China from that?
Trying to stack Dragon, you want to be able to get him ahead. So overall, big thumbs up from Gemini, who just has been doing a great job this tournament of being able to get himself ahead in the jungle. But then
well, it's not a bad thing, but I'm just saying I'm talking more about Western players because everyone in China still plays League. Everyone in China loves League still. But it's not dying in China. The game's dying in the West a bit, isn't it?
I do think like mid-game slowed down a bit as they were stacking up those Drakes, mainly because it's like in comparison to like the Blitzcrank and the Nos, like those more aggressive, like can really catch you champions. A lot of the times when the rail engage happened, it was just a flash and then getting pulled back.
Yeah, League player base is about 150 mil.
Had insane vision control. Like at one point,
the League player base peak was last year actually. That's actually not bad.
Opposite side of the map, so a lot of those plays got spotted out early, and there were a few times that Xiaoxi was actually in a lot of trouble on that route.
That's kind of my concern with playing Oysters is that they're hunting for fights too often instead of just playing straight through sides. If your Kalista is just that strong, why not throw her top lane so you can get that top lane turret? The point that you had mentioned though on Xiaoxi getting caught off guard, there was one time where they were pushing through bot side, blue side jungle, and then he was based at a wrong time, but Shun was there for an ulti.
In enemy jungle.
20, okay, excluding China, 27% of the player base is in Korea, 18% in EU West, 11% in Vietnam, 9% in EUNE, 7.9% in Brazil, 7.1% in NA.
A lot of the times those fights turned into nothing because Xiaoxi was the only one who was really in danger, but thankfully Shun did a great job of being able to save his life.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, we kind of and again, it kind of became all about the mid lane. It really, really did, and it really felt like once we were there, it was.
Wow, in 2023, NA has 7% of total player base in the West. Holy fuck! No one's playing. Not many people playing League in NA.
BJ here because he lands the Q onto Gemini, takes it, and Gemini full-on kills his AD. So he gathers him in. Obviously, BJ has the very nice flash kick there, or kick flash to spot out the Kalista. But that was like the one moment I felt like, hey, maybe between Glory and BJ, there's an option to try and win these fights.
Yeah, in both of these fights, the last one, Dragon was coming up in like 3 minutes.
What about Russia? I'm just reading a Reddit thread from 5 months ago. Russia, 1.2%.
Yeah, 100%. And like when you talk about like, okay, they're not playing top lane, they're playing maybe like a 4-1 or 5-0 in mid. I do think that makes sense from CFO's perspective because mid laner's Orianna, right? You want Orianna with the team.
Yeah, I think a lot of NA people are playing Valorant.
Maybe Team Wales not looked so aggressively on that flank and got picked off, something like this. The game may have just stalled out longer and longer because even in Team Wales' win versus BDS, like those mid games dragged on forever. Team Wales were more than content to just wait for 40+ minutes, wait for Elder Soul.
Interesting.
The last one when we saw where he was able to set up Orianna for the great wombo combo, but the last one in the bot side inhibitor turret. That he just ended up getting a triple kill on the very end of it.
7% of 150 mil is actually insane for 300 million people country. It's not 7% of 150 mil. 150 mil is including China. The 7% is excluding China.
I think they can.
And I would say like 95% of that 150 mil is China.
The next game, I would like for them to start playing through sides a lot more often. Even though these last two team fights through mid helped them.
So what is that? That basically means that 15 million is in the West. 7% of 15 mil. What is that? 700k? Something like that. I don't know. More, maybe 1 mil. I don't know. Maybe 1 million players. What's 7% of 15 mil?
Yeah, I mean, I like that you bring up the kind of like the side lanes, the XPs, and all that. Ender, you noticed something. You noticed something very key.
I don't know if I've ever seen this before, because CFO were ahead of all time. Let's go. I want to show you the Nexus. Can we go look at the Nexus right now? Okay, so CFO are about to end the game, and I want to pan over. Just drag that screen over to the left.
Yeah, 1.2 mil.
The Oysters won this game without ever taking the top lane turret. I guess I can't drag it. I was trying to like
you used it.
But look, the top lane tier 1
you can see it on the mini map. It's still there.
I guess the player base in NA for a league is probably like 1 mil, maybe.
Yeah, I mean,
maybe a bit less. On the daily. Like not daily, but like active players.
There was a moment for about 5 or 6 minutes where you made a point and said, no one's gone top at all for about 5 or 6 minutes.
After 20 minutes, I don't think a minion was killed in top lane. Like it was a pacifist zone, right? There was absolutely nothing going on there.
Yeah, I mean, look, you gotta have to go for it sometimes. You gotta leave it sometimes. You gotta go for the A.
You can look at how many ranked users there are.
We'll see if they go for top lane.
Really? How do you do that? On OPGG?
All random, all top. Yeah. Let's mix it up, guys.
All right, we'll see how they do. Well, let's
there are there are currently 1 million summoners in Summoner's Rift. I was right. 1 mil. I was right.
Thanks very much, guys. Yeah, we're here at the cast desk. We're ready to get into the second game of this series and find out what's going to happen for Team Wales here. What they've got up their sleeves to come back. Because I've got to be honest, I don't think they were.
Yeah, I would say about 100k of them are Smurfs
in this game, and I think that sort of threw them for a loop a little bit.
But it doesn't matter.
Behind who
don't worry about it.
I think it was just kind of a comedy of errors that kind of happened for Artemis.
But that's only ranked.
Right? Like,
yeah, but I guess I'm not really talking about the ARAM players. There's probably loads of ARAM and normal and flex players. I'm talking about like players who can like attempt to compete, you know? 1 million people trying to compete.
But Artemis flows his flash. So the opportunities to try and make these plays are kind of falling apart of that stage.
Europe is 2.2 mil.
Where, a lot of the issues were starting to come through, where Artemis slipped further and further.
All right, focus up, game 2.
Was a monster. But they are going to be swapping sides here, so we'll have to see exactly what the game plan is going to be for Team Wales and how they try and deal with things like, obviously, the Callista, but also, like, I thought the Orianna shockwaves were really strong from Jimmy, and it didn't feel like being very able to put that as far behind
Rumble ban?
So I'm not exactly sure what the game plan is going to be for Wales, Team Wales as they come into this.
I've got to say, Jimmy has impressed me so far this time.
Wait, is the OPGG stats playing right now? I thought that was just total summoners that have played ranked games.
Across the course of the tournament, and I'm excited to see more. I'm excited to see what else he can play, because he's playing multiple champions every single series.
Okay, it's probably more than.
From what I like when I was reviewing them, coming in towards
that's
the playoffs,
playing right
like
now.
It feels like
Oh
Jimmy
shit!
has definitely taken a step up.
Okay, not bad then. That's a lot of players.
So we'll have to see if he's going to be able to have that similar performance.
Nautilus ban. Why are we banning Nautilus ban? They want to pick Rakan on 2-3. 1-2. Rakan first pick. Do it. Don't be a pussy.
That priority for Artemis in the bot lane. It's a big pick for them. They prioritize a lot in their drafts in the regular season.
First pick Rakan.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the Xayah taken here.
Yeah, Xayah and the Kai'Sa
first pick Rakan.
Banned in the first game.
First pick Rakan.
Available. You'd expect that to just be the trade between the two players. Artemis going with the Xayah. It has been a pick that he's looked specifically really good on. You fully expect just the trade. Are the AD carries here? The question is, what's the next priority for the side of CFO? They do keep toying with the idea of that Aphelios. I mean, maybe it's not as simple as I was saying.
I mean, Shun has played the Draven very effectively. You actually got to see it in his first series as well, picking up the win there. And usually they will pair it with an aggressive support like the Blitzcrank that is actually left open for Xiaoxi. So potential here to try and go for that as well. And
Kai'Sa Talia. I don't like that too much.
And I 100% agree with him.
I don't like Lee Sin either.
Blitzcrank into things like the Xayah because it's that non-committal.
Oh, please pick Poppy jungle, please.
To blow Xayah's ultimate nice and early, and then she's kind of caught between a rock and a hard
place. Just pick Poppy jungle. Just do it. Pick Poppy Rakan and take your elo. Come on. Poppy Rakan, take our LP. They ban Nautilus themselves and pick Kai'Sa, and they can't play Kai'Sa Naut. Rakan Poppy, take the elo. Deny, just pick it, don't be weird. Rakan, Poppy, come on, take your free win.
Zaya Rakan wide open though.
Free win.
Wales will be happy to grab that for themselves. And then the question becomes, what else is your priority? Things like the Jarvan still up and available. Things like the Orianna for the mid lane, or even the Ahri if Glory wants to go back to that.
I'm curious, yeah. I imagine Glory will probably take the Ahri if he can, but I actually think they'll prioritize jungle here.
What?
Move over in towards, hey, we're going to probably eat some bans on the next rotation towards mid lane and see if it's open, but not even going to be the case. So going to go towards that top lane for Sparta.
Pick
so
Lissandra support.
Get that easy pickup for Sparta. I'm not as big a fan of this because I think BJ is going to eat a lot of bans in this.
If they pick Renekton on 3, I swear.
He's going to do it.
Do we get...
Nah, don't pick Blitzcrank into Rakan Zaya.
I mean, it's the Shoutcrank. It's got to be the Shoutcrank. We've got to believe that it's going to be.
Don't pick Blitzcrank into Zaya Rakan. Don't pick Blitzcrank into Zaya Rakan.
And I mean,
it's
just a joy to
see.
He's
my god.
I'm so excited. I get to cast it again.
I mean, it's so
Bro,
because he does love to play hyper aggressive. You never know when he's going to go and just go for those flash forwards.
I mean, he's a one-trick Blitzcrank. Fair enough. If he's a one-trick Blitzcrank, sure.
So this is something that is world renowned.
Okay, CFO, I would love a Poppy ban, because if they're gonna play some mage with Poppy, I feel like this game is just so annoying. Come on, let's drop a Poppy ban. Team Wales, let's drop a Jax ban. Let's drop a Jax. Let's drop a. Okay. What the hey?
Burst damage is there, so a lot of what CFO are going for is actually almost like trading styles with Team Wales.
Where's my Jax ban at?
Where they have that pick opportunity, and it's Team Wales that are definitely setting up more for those team fights.
Bit more defensive. As the Orianna ban, to be honest, it's almost surprising to see Team Wales banning the Orianna because I feel like
this series is so boring. No, it's not. Ender, what are you on about?
I actually think they want the Nico.
Why don't they ban Poppy, man? Why? Why?
Even if Blitzcrank hooks you, you pop the ultimate yourself, go into Zonya's. Like, there's a lot of opportunities for Glory to try and play around that. And I thought when I saw the Nocturne ban, they might actually just go for the Nico ban as well. But not going to be the case. So I think Glory might be eyeing up this Nico pick here.
We'll have to see. And we could see Jimmy steal the Nico away, which would be his 4th champion so far in the tournament.
Okay, what we got? What are we cooking here? Are we gonna pick Gnar?
Yeah. But the Ahri actually.
Ahri? Okay, that's a denial pick from Glory.
Leave that Nico wide open though.
Bro, I think Vex in this draft could slam.
I'm kind of surprised to see Jimmy go towards this. I thought
oh my god, Nico Poppy would also be really nice.
Oh yeah, okay, so they are just going to try and play for...
Please pick Poppy. They have Ahri Lee Sin. You can play fucking Nico Poppy, Lissandra Poppy, I don't care Poppy. Kalia Poppy would be insane too. Just something with Poppy, and we're gonna win the game. It's right there. I can see it. I can see the win. Rumble spend, and we can play Poppy. This is great. Nico. Okay, nice. Now, what rhymes with sloppy?
Do we get BJ going back?
No, Wukong doesn't rhyme with it. No, neither does Jarvan. Don't pick Jarvan into Ahri Kai'Sa. You're fucking cooked.
So many different styles at this point. And then for rest, you look
what rhymes with copy?
Come out on that top side. I mean, Renekton is still available. I don't mind seeing the Gnar again, to be honest. When the rest of your team is wanting to dive in like this, I feel like the Gnar fits that style in a team fight quite well.
I'm actually curious if it's going to be something like a Jax. I think if you've got this kind of pick-orientated style...
They picked Jarvan into Ahri, Lee Sin, Kai'Sa, Gnar. Gwen is even worse. I repeat, they picked Jarvan into Lee Sin, Ahri, Kai'Sa, Gwen. Huh? Bro, I mained Jarvan in the LEC, and I can tell you, I would rather fucking play Rakan jungle than Jarvan jungle this game.
Get blame priority, put vision down, and then play off of Ahri, Lee Sin, Blitzcrank to try and find these picks before the fight starts to kick off.
Find them. I'm excited about this CFO composition, especially after the pace.
I would just stand up and leave.
Playing for control, but not feeling the need to overforce.
But you know what? Jarvan's gonna be very strong, level 1 to 4. Urgot jungle based, yeah, true. My Urgot jungle was based. You should have seen it. My Urgot jungle in scrims, we went like 80% win rate with it. I'm not even kidding. We won every game on my Urgot jungle.
Good luck to you, lads.
Red Smite, Ignite, Warrior, Urgot. With Spellbook. Oh my god, it was a one-shot macro.
that Team Wales are bringing to the table is absolutely insane. We've already saw, like, I mean, literally the PCS #1 representative play the Nico and the Jarvan together, looking for these big circles, trying to see if they can get in and try and take.
And then we lost on stage.
If you ever miss position, you've already got a big tank in the Cassante as well to follow up on that incredibly well. Like, good DPS from the Xayah. Like, you have to be so incredibly careful that you are getting these early picks, these early snowballs.
You can apparently you can fuck up Briar's clear level 1 by doing this.
Feels tough. The one shining light, maybe being that Gwen that, I mean, we've all seen what Gwen can do in a late game, but you've got to find the right.
Because you're in her range.
A dicey prospect. We'll have to see how it's going to go down though.
And she wants to hit the champion.
BCS2 versus BCS2. Equal seeding coming into the tournament, but not necessarily equal when it comes to the history of the regions and how well they've done internationally. The PCS looking flawless.
Why is that so funny?
Certainly in terms of results when it comes to play-ins here.
Why is that so funny?
CFO looking to maintain that clean record, match their first seed in PSG.
Imagine being the Briar. You must think your champ is bugged.
Into the qualification for the qualifier for Worlds.
Is that a qualifying statement? If you're gonna give me crap for the rest statement, I gotta give you some crap as well for that one. But we are rocking into game number 2 here.
Oh, okay.
I almost started applauding with the crowd then. Like
I mean, you come from a region that does the gyos. You kind of get used to we interact with the crowd. But CFO, Shousey stepping forward. I don't think this has been spotted. BJ doesn't know. Now he knows.
Certainly does. Drops the flag. Shousey. It wouldn't have surprised me, honestly, to see Shousey just flash to try and force the play there, honestly. Like, he's probably got Hex Flash. But don't forget as well, you can connect your League of Legends account with Prime Gaming, and you can get yourself that beautiful little Heimerdinger experimentation emote. See if you could experiment with some of the picks like we're seeing today. Rest bringing out the Gwen for maybe the first time of the tournament. I don't remember seeing it just yet. Chelsea still looking for something. Sweeping over.
Can you turn up the stream volume?
Was, hiding just
there you go.
The
Is that better?
Won't get away with it for now.
So CFO going to play this one just kind of at standard at the get-go.
Is that better?
Looking at the bot side.
And now you can be like, no, it's too loud.
Side. It'll give a bit of an advantage.
Is that better? And you go, no, it's too quiet.
Play for the level 1, although looks like they're not going to. I thought that if they wanted to try and play for the aggressive level 1, like you take W both on Artemis and B, means that you can play hyper aggressive level 1 in this with the Xayah and the Rakan. But you can see Q taking on towards Artemis. They're not actually looking for the trades, they're just going to look for the push instead. Not wanting to push too much in case you end up with Shousey going for a hook underneath the tower and kind of rooting your day.
Yeah, the second Blitzcrank hook is down, you run at them.
The second that hook is on cooldown, they move so much further up the lane. They know that all pressure is gone from the CFO bottom lane. The second
CFO.
They'll get the level 2 first. I want to quickly mention as well, Shun actually running the Halo Blades probably leans towards going for that lethality guys that we've been seeing, and definitely leans towards the win conditions that we've been setting out for CFO.
Yeah, and I think as you say, like trying to play for this mid game, play for pick, play for that burst damage is going to work out, but it does mean that rest. Oh, hang on.
Level 2 hit. Oh my god, that's a lot of damage onto Bia. Flashes away to safety. That's 2 summoners burnt on the side of Team Wales.
Halo Blades Kaiser, baby.
Yeah, but the thing is now, if you're Shousey, flash punch into the hook is going to set up an easy kill. So you can see the reset immediately coming through from BA. So he's going to be set behind in this lane. Nicely done by Shousey to find that hook and now rest. What more can you do? Especially because we were just about to say for rest, if he gets an advantage
nice grasp auto there.
over Sparta, he's the one that is going to be the Sparta killer. He's the one that has to try and take them down because he's the one that will actually have some of that true damage in his kit.
Yeah, we've all seen across the course of the last couple of years what Gwen can do when you find yourself a lead.
Ocean Dragon again. Yes. No Cloud Soul, please. Don't be weird. Oh, what? That hit? Ah, Scorch. Cringe.
Glory, but took a tower shot for it, so doesn't quite end up being win.
Again, I want to try and keep our eyes on where these junglers are going, though. Gemini up on the top side. Does he try and go for something on Sparta here? There. Flash Q.
I think Rest just used... Okay, Sparta dodges it. I think Rest actually just used Sparta's Q3 as a gap close and like channeled his Q while flying to get snipping onto Sparta.
Snipping.
It works. BJ though, moved into the bot side, got Scuttle Crab, wants to try and contest for the second one here. Gemini in the vicinity. No push in mid though, makes this difficult.
Gemini knocked up here. BJ with the advantage in the fight. Gemini knows that he can't turn this one around. Conqueror already procced for BJ. Gemini just
double crab for Jarvan, not bad.
bit of a weird one there. I don't know, like, you didn't have control over top or mid to try and go for that. And Gemini had kind of already forgone his right to go for that Scuttle Crab because he tried to make the play topside. So
Chat, stop spamming stupid emotes. Can you be normal for once?
Still in an awkward spot, and he knows that BJ is going to be here.
Oh, Rest manages to dodge the Q3, knocked back though, and here come the junglers. Double flash from the top laners. Oh! Gemini goes straight between the goalposts with the Q.
Yeah, Sparta was trying to predict the Sonic Wave that was going to come through from Gemini, flash away from that, but nearly Gemini was able to miss with the second attempt anyway.
Like, this is why I can't take you guys anywhere.
I don't think you can dive this.
If I was to
oh boy, they're going to go for it. Rest
clean dive, really clean dive.
Easy. First blood for BJ.
Yeah,
if I was to show this chat to anyone, they'd be like, what is wrong with, like, are they serious? Are they humans? I'd be like, yeah. They're not bots just spamming random shit? No.
But BJ able to flash out, so immediately getting that success for Sparta and keeping this Gwen at bay.
Gemini feeling his presence in the area would dissuade the dive, but I mean, when you're that low, you just get one shot. There's nothing that they could do about that one. And very nicely capitalized on by Team Wales. Shall see. As soon as he presses the W, I'm like on the edge.
Look at mid though, Glory man. That guy again. I mean, this matchup is really Nico favored, I think, but he's destroying this Jimmy guy. Second time in a row. First Ahri into Orianna, rolls him. Nico into Ahri, rolls him.
So if you're setting Gwen behind, you're going to make things a little bit more difficult for CFO as they start to go on. Even just delaying that spike from Gwen where she'll be able to take over the lane, but you can see Sparta.
What do you mean this Jimmy guy, Keck?
Gemini just goes wide on the Sonic Wave, and then at this stage, if you're going to try and stick under the tower, I think you just full commit for Sparta. You're like,
okay, mods, we're gonna have to start blasting this spam. Listen, this Kuru needs to die. Can we put Kuru as a bend? Just fucking clap them.
They're like, okay, Gemini and Rest alone couldn't do it. Let's send the
I don't know if they don't win this 2v2 at all. This Lee Sin is level 4.
Sparta, literally 1 versus 300.
Oh, and he's in Narnia, this Gwen. Oh, Blitzcrank's here. Jimmy Neutron. No, okay. Yo, KS by Blitzcrank.
He's the most bloodthirsty support on this Blitzcrank.
Well, he just KS both of them.
Kills yesterday as well, but kind of heartbreaking. You would have liked at least one of them.
What the hell?
You would. Oh, the one thing I will say, at least Shousi, he likes A. You've got your mobility boost, that's fantastic. But B, he goes Everfrost. So actually getting a bit of early AP on the Blitzcrank isn't the end of the world.
Shousi reminds me of On.
Definitely helping the burst.
It's not quite as good as Gwen, but
yeah, but I think that's it, right? Is yes. It would have been nice to get those kills across, but like 2 kills onto BJ means that when you end up with this matchup between the Lee Sin and the Jarvan going to be in a good spot.
This chat is so mental. I say On, everyone's.
What a legend. The show, Greg! What do you say? More here? Like, he's going to have Hex Flash up in a second or two. You got BJ
Shousi
there,
is funny.
Oh, sorry, Gemini there.
Funny guy.
I think they're just going to back away from this one. Just let it go across.
That denied Jarvan level 6, you know.
I'm just like looking at the mini-map.
If he didn't get that crab, Jarvan would just ult him and he's dead.
They're going to come and help him, and he's still like considering the hook on BJ. He's like, can I 1v1 this? Yeah, the 2 kills on the Jarvan and the 2 kills on the Blitzcrank, not quite even when it comes to damage output.
Yeah, and now as well, you've already got like bits and bobs essentially picked up for Rest, whereas when you look across the Sparta, he's well on his way towards completing the gnarly. He's well on his way to completing
Shousi last hitting there was Shun last hitting there was good.
Jack Show Protean or whatever. My brain's gone missing on that one, but it still means that you're going to have
Jack
a
Show the Protein
to just continue to pressure a little bit more in this lane before you get towards the Riftmaker and all those kind of things for Rest. So for Team Wales, it's a case of trying to keep this pressure up so then you can play for team fights, play towards the dragons you're stacking, even maybe picking up the Rift Herald here as well. Whereas for CFO, they need more of Shousi on the map to try and turn things around.
2-2 on the scoreboard, but a bit of a lead for Team Wales. Much needed after what happened in the first game. And I have to say, good job so far from Sparta.
The balance of Mobies must be preserved.
Top lane. It's not ahead in terms of kills, but in terms of CS, in terms of just presence there. I say that though, we've got the
Bro, these Cassante ults take him to Narnia.
Beautifully done by Sparta.
I mean, Sparta's just setting up the alley-oop every time, and BJ comes in with the slam dunk. sets him up in the brush. And Gemini now a little bit late to the party once more.
Maybe I'm just a hater. Maybe the Jarvan pick is OP.
Just getting more for Sparta if they really want to. It looks like they're happy just collapsing the wave. I mean, Sparta's popping off here. This is a really great 1-2 that they've been able to land.
Sparta looking fantastic, and twice with the same play, basically. Over the same wall, brings him over to the rest of his team. Xiaoxi, followed by a
clean
charm,
hook.
but Via tanky enough that they can't really finish him off.
This guy's hooks are pretty clean.
Just doesn't really have enough, especially when you've got the bone plating that's still there as well. So initial damage definitely nullified. But here again, like this is the first play that we saw where Sparta
This was ages ago.
Wall, sets it up. You've got the damage because the ultimate for Sparta and the follow-up on towards rest, especially with the flag and drag back through. And then this is where it actually got a little bit dodgy. Like Gemini, level 4 to level 6. If Jimmy hadn't been here and gotten that charm, I think we might have seen a little bit more. Because when you ult as Cassante, you can hop over the wall with your E. And I think that's what Sparta was setting up for. And again here, Rest pops the ultimate, thinks, okay, I can go for the trade.
Nice ult. These ults from Sparta are really clean.
With Rest coming over the wall with Sparta and BJ once more waiting with open arms.
I will say, that's Rest with basically no items did half of BJ's health with the needlework in the queue. Like, once we get a bit later in the game, that's not a 2v2 that can happen anymore if Rest is in any way of a similar situation item-wise.
Yeah, it's just when you
Someone done $3 and said, any primers, sniffer.
But it's just when you compare like Rest CS to like everyone else, right?
There you go.
112 mid, 111
Thank you,
pod.
Oki.
He's only just hit 70. So Sparta being behind is fine, as long as Rest is
Top gank again.
Inside the circle, so he gets the knockback anyway. Rest in all kinds of trouble and forced underneath the tower. Q3 not available there for Sparta. So
Jarvan's not up for 5 seconds.
Rest survives, but it costs him a flash.
He also taken a lot of damage. Not sure exactly what happened there, but does mean Xiaoxi immediately coming bot side with Gemini. Looks like they want to try and fish for Artemis under the tower. He has the flash, or has his flash, has his ult. So should
Show me. 10 years of Blitzcrank. Okay, he doesn't want to hook.
Commit. Doesn't go for it on this one. Sparta now gets a bit of time on the tower, gets to take some plates for himself. I guess this show is really what he's made of in this top side.
Yeah, I mean, in the last game, he was getting the advantage over Rest as well.
What did this guy say with 1.3 euros
This one,
Alright.
way more help coming through from his jungler has definitely made this significantly easier. Not taking Demolish, a little bit sad, because it means that he's not actually able to get as much damage onto those turrets as he'd like, but he's still doing a fantastic job and doing exactly what he needs to, keeping Rest at bay.
Oh, dive at the bottom side. Shun dashes away from the feathers. Via has
Nice
to back
dash.
away, and Artemis realizes he can't go further. But
They're going to Herald bot now.
Solo. Herald slammed down in this bottom side as well. They're actually just going to finish this tower off. This is a massive spike.
Oh!
No, it's not. It ain't a spike at all. The junglers.
What the hell? Wait, what?
Denial from CFO.
Wait, I didn't know you could hook Herald.
Supports of the 9
What?
Heralds in this series has been kind of sick as Xiaoxi doesn't have his hook, but just willing to step forward there, put the pressure down.
I didn't realize you could hook Herald.
With the tower bot lane not going down, 30 seconds until the dragon, what can they try and achieve? It needs to be some sort of pick, but again, I don't really think they're in a position to go for this. Team Wales, this is looking like a phenomenal start for the VCS second seed.
Honestly,
Man, this guy is a
especially
real
after game
Blitzcrank
number
main, huh?
one, It's good to see them having a bit of a stronger showing here in game number 2. Just want to quickly mention the items for Shun as well. Not going for the lethality start. In fact, going for Stormrazor with that Hail of Blades, which, you know, still has a huge amount of burst. Still going to be able to try and go for that assassination.
Shut up, Nico.
I'm curious if this is a pivot, essentially from how we've seen top lane go. Now, obviously, you've pivoted fairly quickly, but I definitely think if you've gone for the lethality build and Rest is in this position, you just will never have the damage to get through Sparta as the game goes on. So I actually like the decision to try and teeter over towards a different style of build, but Rest.
Oh.
Sparta's going for it. Again, the same wall, the same play, but this time does not have the damage to finish the job off. Rest to walk away with his life, the needlework, getting him a bit of sustain, but Sparta doesn't feel like he's done just yet. Might go underneath the tower here. Rest, he's all out of cooldowns, he's all out of needles, and Sparta wants to go for it. The Q3 goes wide, and I think that's enough to push him away.
Just about, but Terror, our dragon goes down, Xiaoxi with the hook.
Oh,
He's on a ward, nice sidestep.
This Artemis is just ducking for cover. Skills flying in every direction.
Sorry, excuse me.
BJ, you get the duck behind cover behind the Scuttle Crowd to be like, I'm safe here. If that hook is going, it'll hit the
No
Scuttle
Cloud
Crowd,
Soul.
and BJ
Yes.
smites it, and then
Yes, no
well,
Cloud
best of luck
Soul,
to you,
yes.
Artemis. I hope that hook wasn't going that direction.
BJ, he's received a PayPal payment before. No, I'm kidding. Oh, that is a joke, guys. That is a joke.
I mean,
So
it
far.
was nearly a close one for it, but yeah.
It was a close
I think the big one now is again Chelsea.
Just waltzes around him, not even bothered. Although,
Okay, knock.
Here. Chelsea
Flash.
flash.
Rakan has no flash.
To take that trade.
Yeah, exactly. I was gonna
Yeah,
say
this game
Chelsea
looks
without
tough for
flash makes
CFO.
it way less lethal, gives
Side
them
lanes
the
are getting
opportunity to
blasted,
spot
mid
each
lanes
turn.
losing in
And
isolation.
I love the way Team Wales are playing this. They have Sparta with complete control on top side. They know that the best way for them
The Ari
to
Lee
win
Sin
this
should be
game is
playing
try
more
and play
towards
for
mid bot,
objectives.
but
Now,
they can't,
obviously,
it seems.
not
I don't know
getting
why.
that
I guess
crowd
Ari's just under her tower all
in the
game.
grand scheme of things, they can start to move over towards the
-1.
the next Rift Herald as it starts to spawn. But
Why haven't they found
I think
any
you
mid
wanna
to
talk
bot
about
at
something on
all?
the master play
Yeah, I
kind of
mean,
stuff?
With this Lee Sin
That's
Ari.
the Shao-Crank difference right there. That's the Shao-Crank diff. 660 gold for the Shao-Crank, and the rest of the team falling pretty dramatically behind. Actually, it's worth mentioning, just in the solo lanes, look at the CS differences. 20 CS in the mid lane, 10 CS up top, and then, I mean, over 30 CS down in the bottom lane for Artemis.
Yeah, and again, I think this for CFO, it was a bit of a disrespectful draft, to be perfectly honest. Like, playing for pick, saying, hey, look, we can see already that you're going for this massive team fighting composition, but we'll just play for the selection of Chelsea with the Blitzcrank.
Stormrazor Kai'Sa.
The moment that he wants to pick someone
Well,
off,
they're
sending
dropping
him
Herald.
towards Gemini. Like, this was a,
But
hey,
they already
look,
got
who's gonna
first
take
tower
what you
bot,
tried to
so
do
it's
to show you
probably
how
fine
good
if they can just get
thus
this Herald
far
and
it
use
has
it
not
mid.
been working out. It's a Rift
Put
Herald now
Drakes
gonna
in
get
3
moved
minutes.
into
Do they
mid
wait
lane.
for Drake with
Look
this
at how
Herald?
deep
No,
we've
I
got
think
the
they just
AD
Herald
jungle
mid
as
right
well.
now.
He's going to get into a position where he's looking at keeping Jimmy out of the equation. Like, this is going to be a lot of hurt done.
Glory's been spotted, he's been pulled in, he's been silenced.
Good night,
he's
sweet
been
prince.
kicked back, he's been
Or?
queued, he's pop blossomed, and he's oh no, the time of the W.
What?
He went past just a split second too soon. He's got out by the skin of his teeth.
Oh my god, don't tell me they lose 2 towers mid.
Team Wales in the mid lane.
Oh no!
We have 2 towers off the back of CFO
It's so
trying to make that
open.
play.
Didn't
And
get a
they're
kill
gonna be
or
able to
bot
escape
tower.
as well. Sparta, the TP in to save his mid laner at the perfect moment.
I cannot believe Glory got away with
Oh,
that
no.
one. And
Oh,
now
no.
Beer hunting for rest. Gets the charm, gets the knock up. Artemis moving in to make sure he can get the damage down.
Oh, he
The
missed.
shroud is
Nice
too
side
much.
step.
The TP comes out from Jimmy and to protect his top laner.
Good
Man, this
sidestep
game
from
just
Rest as
looks
well on the
unplayable.
feather pullback, so it doesn't end up getting
2
CC'd,
mid
but
towers
gets
down,
jar
bot
that
tower
damage.
down.
Jimmy in now will have to take towards
Nico
the
can
top
take
side.
over mid.
Nico already up here. Glory did TP and flash to try
They
get
can even
into
put their
that
bot
play.
lane mid, doesn't really
So
matter.
mid laners facing off
Anyone
against
mid to
each other,
top.
which gives Shun a little bit of time to try and push in the spot side, but that'll be matched by Sparta as well. So overall, a lot of trading back and forth, but Team Wales getting those 2 towers mid opens up things dramatically for them.
It certainly does. I mean, the fact that you're getting a tier 2 in the mid lane off the back of these plays, so valuable when it comes to controlling the map, especially in reference to these neutral objectives. Dragon up in a minute and a half. Baron will be on the map in 3 minutes.
Chelsea
as well.
retires.
Already taken a
What do you
tier
mean?
2. It's just
Oh, Chelsea
infinite
carries.
value.
Oh, I thought you
And
said
look
retires.
at the items that we're going to have, right? You've already got Mythics pretty much completed across the board on Team Wales, apart from an IE that's going to be completed before you move over towards this next objective for Team Wales. Whereas when you look at the opposite side, it's like, okay, well, I've got the Stormrazors, I'm halfway towards a Gwinsu's, not really in a full position there. Jimmy as
BDS
well,
lost
we
to this
just barely
Giga Chad.
completing
That's the
his,
first person I've seen
his,
write BDS lost to
as
this,
well.
followed by
So he's
Giga
not in the
Chad.
best spots. You can see in the golden top, like, Sparta is destroying Rest in this matchup.
It certainly is. Sparta having a fantastic game of it on the Cassante, and it feels like Cassante.
Yeah,
very
Blitzcrank
much,
needs his Everfrost.
his
He's probably not that far
speciality
away.
So far this tournament, really showing up on the pick, and it's to the point where he's going to be a threat now throughout the rest of the game. He is going to be a menace in these team fights. And it becomes difficult when, like,
Drake
you know,
in 30.
when you're ahead in items, or when you're even in items.
No way he hits that hook.
Terrifying things, but if you're behind, it could be a struggle. Silence out from Xiaoxi, but he's just
Oh,
gonna
no
be
flash
locked up
Blitzcrank.
instead with the Cataclysm. Artemis can't
Oh, he
get
can't hit him.
Pronto, though. Xiaoxi gets a safeguard. He might
Oh,
get
what?
out of this one. So many escapes in this game. It's unbelievable.
The thing is, though, now that Chelsea out of the equation, Gemini has no kick, and Dragon in 10 seconds, no ultimate for being
It's still a free Drake,
Glory
but
is already in a position, well, moving into position with these creeps.
still a free Drake.
He wants to try and make the play happen.
It's not the most convincing formation I've ever seen, especially now he's
Now-
moving
now
towards
it's
the
definitely
jungle.
Yeah.
We'll see if they can count the 1 minion that's coming in towards the blue buff. Gemini smites away the blue. Rest will be given the other half of it, but that'll be a Drake taken uncontested here. Team
Can they get
Wales
top tier 1?
now
No, they
on
can't.
point
Ah!
Drake isn't the strongest, but still, Team Wales are going to be pretty happy with this one. And at this stage, you get to try and move into position here to look for a pick, but I don't think they're going to be able to get much.
The one thing I will say for Chemtech Soul, for Cassante, it's actually pretty great, because the whole point of your ult is you put yourself low. The whole point of Chemtech Soul is it works when you're low, so it's the perfect synergy.
And I think, yeah, that's where these team mods can get a good amount of some value out of it, but still.
Yeah, I don't think it's winnable at all.
Oh yes, Kevin Tech Drake is going to break open this game for Team Wales.
Well, no.
This game is already broken up for Team Wales. They have 3
Why
dragons.
is he basing?
They will get the soul.
Is someone?
Already
Oh,
super
Nico's
strong with
resetting. They must
team
have communicated
fights.
lane swap.
I mean, you can see the win probability per by
I was wondering why is he basing otherwise.
It's encroaching on the 90 to 95%, and I tend to agree with it here. There's very little position where CFO can find picks, can look for their opportunity.
Was a mind
play
game.
towards their positional strengths, as long as Team
If a
Wales
tree
go
falls in a
push
forest
sides,
and no one is there
and
to
we'll
hear
make
it,
sure that
did
we're
the
playing
tree
for
really
these teams quite
fall?
consistent.
Yeah. And
That's the
even
main
in,
question I'm asking
in a lot
myself
of
here.
games, I'll always say, like, you know, there's a blitzcrank. There's always a chance. But actually, who do you pull?
No, it
Like,
didn't
Ricardo
fall
a lot
because
of the
we
time
live in
will
a
get away from
simulation.
that or dodge it. Artemis has his ult, has his flash. Glory, if you pull him in, he's going to pop blossom your entire team. Jarvan, you don't want anywhere near you. Sparta, you don't want anywhere near you. There's not actually very many good opportunities for the blitzcrank pulls. The only chance is if you get Artemis or Bia or Glory and immediately get that CC chain, immediately get that silence, so they don't have the chance to react.
And that's the thing, that's why I'm kind of saying CFO have missed the boat on their opportunities. They weren't able to try and play through the mid-jungle. Shousey couldn't really get the picks. He's looking for Sparta, but there's too many members of Team Wales around the place, so they'll back off. And that's where I think at this stage, the opportunities for CFO are gone.
If we live in a simulation, why didn't you make playoffs? Well, obviously this is a pretty shit simulation then, isn't it? It's a pretty shit one. Alright.
Done there by Glory. And I will say,
Obviously I'm not in control of the simulation for some reason. I would have changed it a bit.
Game number 1 got a bit smashed. Game number 2 looking really good. Team Wales came into their series against BDS. Game number 1 got a bit smashed. Game number 2 started looking pretty good. Is this the story of Team Wales? Is this who this team is?
I mean, it potentially could be at this stage, to be honest, because CFO, they've committed a lot to this top side. Team Wales trying to get members into position as well. BA, Artemis are here. I can see pings going down from CFO.
Yeah, I do have 100% win rate versus Caps though, that is true.
Maybe Team Wales are on the bar end, but we now have very much the information that they're trying to kill Jimmy.
Yeah, they want to go towards that nine-tailed fox. But slip away for now. Cunning as he is, Gemini and Shousey. They've seen that ward. They weren't spotted by it, but there we go. They're just going to have to clear that one away.
They are really sweating for this mid-top tier one.
They are giving opportunities to CFO to maybe look for plays. Like Glory resetting there where the rest of the team are trying to make a play on the top side. It's these like little moments where maybe if CFO spot Glory, like resetting on a ward or anything, they can actually look for a pick.
Can they get top tier 2 if Nico pushes out? I doubt it.
But if they actually get into a desperate enough position where they just pull the trigger, like now.
Book. Oh,
nice block
there by Sparta. Blocks it completely. Keeps his team safe.
And also, look at the bot lane, right? You can see the ping, the assist ping going down onto Rest. Rest is just free farming this whole time. So why Sparta is kind of being positioned to go like, hey, I need to be with the team so I can match with Shousey. Glory's kind of picking up the pieces as CFO push bot. Okay, now I'll go and deal with bot. Okay, CFO push mid, now I'll deal with mid. Always keeping that a little bit separated. Now again, you are playing for the Dragons, you are playing for the neutrals. So it's not at the end of the world as Team Wales, but you just have to be that little bit careful that you're not giving too much over to CFO.
Would you rather win Worlds or be a really successful streamer? I would rather win Worlds.
Team Wales are going to have an advantage. But one thing this competition offers for CFO is outplay potential. If there's one
Being a streamer is fun,
it's just hands
but like the emotional high you get from winning Worlds is probably higher than anything you can ever get from streaming.
You're not likely to win this game as CFO.
Like when you win Worlds, you must feel insane. Like you are the best in the world. That's like an achievement.
But that's the thing. Whenever there's a blitzcrank in the game, there's always that just maybe, like that one hook that might find B, that one hook that might find Artemis. Like those are the difference makers. Now, with Dragon coming up in 40 seconds time, you should see Team Wales like clear out top. They haven't really got.
You can buy meth. Oh!
That gives an opportunity.
Weren't you rank 1 multiple times? Yeah, rank 1 in solo queue doesn't do anything.
Maybe find an opportunity as Team Wales are establishing vision to look for a pick. But the late
who cares if I get rank 1 in solo queue?
Really
just means I'm sweating harder than everyone else. I've been rank 1 in solo queue like 4 times. Doesn't do anything. The first time was fun.
The
first time was fun. But yeah.
Speaking of Jimmy, He's under threat here. Ult for ult between the jungle and mid laner. And Sparta looks for a little bit more. Shun forced to cleanse here as Beer looks for the engage on Shousey.
Yeah, I don't think CFO was ever in this game after the lane phase.
Gold bounty on the bird.
They're so far ahead. Team Wales, like, they immediately burn Jimmy's ultimate with BJ, but
That's Soul.
like, I'm just gonna literally run at you and see what I can
I mean,
do.
CFO's champs are just useless. They are at this point. Like, if they're this far behind and Xayah can build more, then GG, isn't it? The Gwen should be ahead.
And then the entire time again, Glory's just picking up his little bit of CS, getting his second item completed there, and now again grouped with the team. Honestly, I could see a world where Team Wales like pushing this mid lane, start to establish vision on the top side, and again just play.
By the way, in key bindings in League, if you want to transform on Nico, what is the actual name of the hotkey you need to assign it to instead of clicking?
I think that's the biggest problem that we saw from Team Wales yesterday against BDS.
Does anyone know what the name of the hotkey is? Is it like... Holy fuck, what's going on bottom right?
Okay, we'll ignore that. I don't know what happened there, but we're about to go into the replay. But basically they'll try and play for a push and not establish the vision correctly. But
Special action, okay.
And look at Sparta. He's like, I don't care. You throw everything you want at me, and it's Shun who has to cleanse, flash, and Shousey who goes down. Like, Sparta is so massive right now, having that Gargo Stone play completed as well. Trying to deal with him is just not going to ever be an equation that's going to work out here.
Would you say that going for him is madness? Because I'd say that that's Sparta. Team Wales, though, good stuff so far. I want to play a game with you, Dagda. Because Team Wales so far have been quite...
This is already torture to go that hard direction.
That's a game, not torture.
Isn't that what Chucky says?
Wait, what? Blitzcrank has crown?
Chucky? Or is that nice Jigsaw?
What?
Jigsaw, sorry.
Yeah.
Our talent manager is going to murder me after this because she's a massive horror fan.
Yeah, my partner is. I can't abide it. I'm too much of a coward. I can't bear horror movies. They're horrible.
How is that based?
I want to play a game with you, Dagda. Not in a Jigsaw kind of way, in a Sparta kind of way.
Nice hook.
Rest taken down. Oh, but the Sonya's actually buys a lot of time. And BJ forced to flash away. Rest still surviving with the needle. Somehow will be finished off as he dashes away. The Q3 goes live. And in the meantime, BJ's gone down. How the hell have CFO won this? And Glory's pulled in. Turns golden, keeps himself alive. Shousey now in trouble instead. They've bitten off.
I can't believe I'm witnessing a fucking Moby Boots Blitzcrank with crown running around the map.
Back around the Zonya's coming in clutch, but CFO are not out of it yet. Gemini. Oh,
he missed the Q on Krugs.
He's on
the Baron!
Baron! Artemis, the god of the hunt, using the animals to his will.
Little step down from Baron. Takes out Gemini. Beautiful stuff there from Artemis to actually finish them off. And they're already on the Baron. Rest has reset though. No ultimate available. Can he make some miracle plays?
No, he can't.
Jungler in the pit right now.
Doesn't have ult.
Rest versus the world here.
Kai'Sa W? No shot.
Available either. Instead of valiant attempts, and actually that went down to like 60 HP. It was a little too close, but at the end of the day, Team Wales get it. And crucially, I want to talk about the Baron power plays here. The Red Bull Baron power plays, that is. Oh, nearly got fired there for a second. And that's in that Team Wales, they've been using a lot of Barons to get their wins.
They really have been, but this is really a massive turnaround from CFO. Rest plays it super well. The hook
Yeah, calling out sponsors is important.
And then BJ overextending. Like really going
need to call out sponsor names.
And I thought that at this stage they were like, okay, Glory's gone overextended, but because they couldn't get that burst down with that stopwatch going through, it means that it actually only just sets up where CFO overextend to make the pick, and Team Wales are following.
Yeah, the Q on the Krug is just disastrous. The feathers just procking the Baron to finish the job, swats him like a fly.
Yeah, it's the casual like look over, look down for Baron and just stomp. Put
Glory like an inch to finish it off. Glory, Pop Blossom comes on out. The charm.
Nice pick. No stopwatch up. Yes, Zonya's on cooldown. But Shun's gonna die.
And instantly answered. Rest has to carry this fight, but just doesn't have
no Raptors up. He can't
Q
to them.
Gemini stuck underneath the tower. Double kill for Beam J.
Beam J.
Team Wales, they keep winning off of picks the CFO find.
It's just too late. You don't have control of the map for CFO. Every time they're gone for these plays, it's, well, look at top. It's already pushed in. Look at bottom. It's
Do they have the damage even if he hooks
Shousey
anyone? I don't think so.
Mid between the two members of Team Wales, and now Artemis stepping forward. The tower is not long.
The game I wanted to play was how many Barons did it take for Team
Holy
Wales
shit,
to
this
end the
Xayah
game.
is flame
I think
horizoning
it might
his
just
mid
be
laner.
one in this one, Dagda, because they
Apologize to
are
Jarvan
on
now.
a rampage. They are
I'm not apologizing for that Jarvan pick. I'm not. I didn't know that the lanes would just stomp this hard.
Top side as well. They won't be able to end the game here.
He just played through top and it worked.
That they have gained here, and that's crucial. Zelda's up in 90 seconds.
And this is the difference that we see from BDS
I'm not saying sorry.
versus CFO today. CFO have to make plays like this if they hope to try and win the game. And the fact that Glory ends up staying alive for so long, goes invisible, then you have to figure out who the clone is, makes it so that the Shun overextends, Team Wales are able to collapse. And then it's like, where the hell are you supposed to go? Sparta 1v3 on the top side is like, yeah, I got this. If they even
Yo, Joe Mickey, thanks for the prime.
So Team Wales now back on the map. As you say,
Yeah, this Xayah is unkillable. Unkillable. Apologize or else what?
This is not impossible for CFO to
Oh yes, look at that.
And now we enter
That's a beautiful sight.
of Team Wales.
Oh yeah. Buy those control wards, baby.
If they are anywhere near,
Yo,
do
BA,
not
thanks for
start
prime.
the objective. Only do it when you have sole presence in the area. It's just not worth it. And in
Beautiful.
fact, for the time being, they're using the rest of this Red Bull Baron power play. 4,000 gold up off the back of it so far. And looking for the bottom lane. Glory's pretending to be a minion. They might just
Say sorry or the Shy loses.
here.
He already won.
He's sort of stunned to the side. He's not actually
He won my
ultimate
heart.
right now as he moves up with the wave. Chelsea in trouble, but finds a hook actually onto Sparta. They don't have much follow-up though, and Chelsea's just the one to go down instead. Who needs Elder Dragon? They'll just throw their
So he won nothing. Oh, okay, good one. Yeah, GG. This game was over 10 minutes ago, 20 minutes ago.
Great little flash knockup from BJ as well. Jimmy just doesn't have the damage. And Team Wales,
Wow, this was a game where Glory didn't actually do much to win the game for his team. Yo, Tallow and Caedrel, thanks for the primes.
They will not be disrespected. They will not be
1-1. Why does Team Wales always lose game 1?
First time for Team Wales coming to the international stage, and what a performance from them.
J4 diff. Nah, that J4 pick.
You need to come in with a game plan against the composition that's been dragged from CFO. They're like, look, well,
Fuck game 1 endies. It's true, actually. Fuck game 1 endies. Don't be a game 1 endy.
Fantastic.
Don't be a game 1 endy.
Point of call. How do we try and shut down the opportunities from Chelsea? Well, let's make sure that we're able to group as a team.
Listen up, chat.
Down, play for these early.
Listen up. Quick note. I just want to give a massive shout out to Displayed for sponsoring the stream. Now, Displayed is our only sponsor for Worlds, but Displayed are the homies. Right there, that thing, that's a Displayed. I used Displayed before Displayed even wanted to sponsor. There's a link down below where you can go to Displayed to see some of my favorites on their website. You can also use code Caedrel for a discount. I think, and you can get discounts if you buy like 3 of them. You get like 30% off. But yeah, huge shout out to Displayed for sponsoring the stream. There's loads of league artwork on their website, and their mounting system is really easy. All you do is you get a magnet, you stick it to the wall, and then you put it on the magnet, so it doesn't do any damage to your wall. 0 damage. You can do !Displayed in the chat for the 20% discount with code Caedrel. And everyone say Thai Displayed. Everyone write Thai Displayed. Sub still getting ads. What do you want about sub still getting ads? Yo, listen, we don't get much sponsors out here, okay? We don't get much sponsors, okay? But we got Displayed, and Displayed are the homies. Fired and now needs money. No. Displayed is good. I mean, those of you who've watched the stream since 2021 would know that this has been there the whole time. And that was way before the Displayed sponsor. Alright, I'm gonna fill up my water and go to the bathroom. BRB 1 sec. Don't be degenerates in the chat. Don't be degenerates.
Kills, but in terms of CS, in terms of just presence there, I say that though, we've got the ults coming out on both sides, pulled over to BJ, beautifully done by Sparta.
CFO are not out of it yet, Gemini.
Oh, he missed the crud! He's onto the Baron, and the Baron! Artemis, the god of the hunt, using the animals to his will. In trouble, but finds a hook actually onto Sparta. They don't have much follow-up though, and Shouty's just the one to go down instead. Who needs Elder Dragon? They'll just throw their wallets at Team Wales.
Welcome back, one and all, to the analyst desk here at Worlds 2023. So I'm still dealing with the Miss the Krugs call, whenever the heartbreak.
was having a great time on the cast.
He was having an absolutely awesome time. But Team Wales, they've been in this position before. They get stomped in game 1. They come back, have a much better game 2. A lot of it came from the top lane.
Yes, I would say like it happened in the top side of the map, but for me it started with BJ, who at the very start, it was a scuttle fight. He gets an advantage over the Lee Sin.
Hey, chat, I have a question. Artemis is a god, right? Is he a god, Artemis?
Rest a little bit. He's being attacked here. Yeah, and I thought
wait, no. Oh yeah, Artemis is the hunt. Okay, wait, goddess. My bad. Yeah, my bad. No, Gemini. Is that a god? Is Gemini a god?
Very easy, right? You know, BJ just picked up turret aggro. He's the one with the flash to be able to get out of dodge. Very
no.
Nice play.
It was a huge wave too. That he
What's Gemini? It's a Zodiac.
See the Blitzcrank top side. He was like, okay, maybe I can help, but then he got kidnapped. So it's a bit of a trip that you have to go in, and he gets double kill. So you're like, oh wait a minute,
Zodiac.
you take a step back, and you're like, Blitzcrank actually gets 2 of those.
It's a sign.
Nice if it was given to either
it's a constellation.
But in the end,
so it's a group of stars. It's a Zodiac.
Yeah, honestly, like that play was so funny.
Is that the one where they say like, oh, if you look at the stars, you're gonna be lucky tomorrow? Oh. Oh, it's the bullshit thing that people actually. Oh.
This was the base where Blitzcrank went up topside.
I'm kidding. It's true. Sometimes it's true. My mom used to read out my one when I was a kid. I was very skeptical when I was a kid though. My mom would read out and be like, because I'm a Pisces, she'll be like, she would say me my one every other week, and I'd be like, Mom, look, you said that I'm gonna be happy tomorrow, or like next week, or fortune's coming. Okay? Where's my fortune? It's not here. You fucking lied to me. I didn't believe it. I didn't believe it. Bro, it kept saying you're gonna be getting fortune. Today is like your fucking lucky day. Bro. Huh? And I was like 10 years old, and I was like, bro, where is it at? Wait, Pisces traits. Pisces. Compassionate, artistic, deeply emotional and empathetic. A little bit psychic, where I can read people's minds and often inclined to throw themselves into caring for others. The Pisces in your life are some of the most magical people you'll ever have contact with. What are their weaknesses? Inability to confront reality due to an absence of confidence, insecure, indecisive.
Every single one, and it felt like CFO so early in the game were just already playing catch up and kind of almost looking for those crazy fights that get you back into the game.
Yeah, I mean, with all the action around top lane, the fact that Artemis is just casually up 29 CS is disturbing. Like, that's a monster's advantage.
Yeah, and so overall, just great kind of maintenance of the lane.
What?
Lane in particular, I loved what Sparta was able to do. He's had like an up and down tournament so far, but this game was exceptional from him because off the first
negative, overly emotional.
He just kept like under turret.
They can be overly trusting and easily swayed. They can be very easily convinced. That's not true. I'm very hard to convince. I'm such a doubter on people sometimes when they say things. Closed off. They often have a hard time accepting help from others. That's so fucking true. That is so fucking true. It's so true. I don't ask anyone for help, ever. In relationships, they fall fast and hard. They are thoughtful and devoted.
And after everything, like BJ somehow survives, Resh just barely escapes. It's like, okay, cool.
Their devotion needs to be pleased. Their partner can come across as needy. Needy!
Thinks he can hook glory. You know, even Shun's committing.
Pisces in the workplace. They pursue wild ideas instead of sitting down to focus on more mundane tasks. They create abilities. Good jobs include nurse, writer, teacher, photographer, counselor, physical therapist, graphics designer. If you're a Pisces, you need to figure out, bro, how to get along with them.
If you have Ahri and Blitzcrank, you need to look for picks, especially since you're not going to be winning on side lanes with how far behind the Gwen was. So
okay, some of it's true, some of it's true. Some of it's bro, what is Blood waffling about in that article?
I expected an Everfrost. Got a shout
on the Blitzcrank. Yeah, on the Blitzcrank. Yeah, I was like, okay. That one maybe cooked a little too much on that one there. But I mean, like you said, like the hook that kind of led them to the Baron and stuff like that.
It said prone to throwing. Bro, I'm not throwing shit. Bro, I'm consistent. The stars don't know me. The stars don't know me.
With their Barons yesterday against BDS. Like, they would get the Baron, and then they sort of played it slow. BDS maybe found a way to get a pick. So they were the worst of all teams in play-ins in terms of utilizing that Baron to secure a lead.
Different types of Pisces.
Different story. They used that first Baron, whereas in the BDS
what different types are there?
To do damage to the base. This first Baron, they blitz through the base, take 2 hits,
what?
Just end the game.
It says that I'm a chess.
What? It's a very big change, and I think a lot of it came down to BJ on the Jarvan because they were so much more decisive with forcing 5v5 team fights once they
Pisces. How do you spell it?
It's night and day from game 1
Pisces.
and game 2, quite honestly. It didn't feel like they could really
the 3 different types. The healer, the dreamer, and the internalizer.
Of course, they were the ones that was behind, so I think they kind of struggled playing from behind. Thankfully, they had a monumental lead in just the lanes that they were playing as is. We didn't really say too much about Glory.
I just want to know what they mean.
He was also pretty monstrous this game, so I agree. If we can get multiple points in engage, simply because that seems to be the way they
Aquarius Mercury,
Nico,
Mercury Nameless, Unruly Mercury, extremely shy.
Yeah, I don't want to see the sort of how they won against BDS almost yesterday, where it was BDS don't do anything, we don't either, and eventually we're gonna.
You'll see a Pisces with Mercury. Eyes dart around while they speak, eyes checking everyone's body language because they are truly tuned into whether people or not are invested. I can't see the chat's eyes.
And for CFO, it does feel like they're going to have to try and pull something out of the bag. You got to come at this with slightly different if you want to
Nameless.
Yeah, one thing that I'll make a mention of, as we can see, I think.
Bro, and I ain't reading all that. I ain't reading all that.
Zyricon has been taking over. A lot of our first.
Oh yeah, check my horoscope. 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 Here we go. You ready?
Back and forth, and even though the hook in the early laning phase from Blitzcrank really made it difficult for.
Family members have too much on their mind today and ask you for more help. Make sure you stay calm and focused, and you can decide which difficulties are most urgent. Don't be afraid to tell others your decision. Give advice. Okay, what about tomorrow? This may be one of the days where you don't feel like doing anything. Okay, what about this month? What about this year? What about this year? Yo! Tell me my world's horoscope month. Bro, I ain't reading all that.
By both teams in the different games, but I feel like the second game, CFO left a lot to be desired there.
Libra, who's that?
The first game, I feel like, was a little bit more evenly matched. CFO,
Scorpio?
like you said before the draft, or just after the drafting game too,
Collaborate between you and another side. What are they talking about?
Or they were going to lose straight away.
And unfortunately, it was the latter. I mean, especially as Sparta got that massive lead on the Xanthi on the top side. So here's to see how the draft is going to differ now coming into this. The Blanc and Viego.
I was hoping they'd write your dream will come true. The Shy will win worlds. Why can't it write that?
Onto the Xayah is going to work out very well because I think. Well,
why can't my horoscope say that?
I think Xayah, she does so well at keeping the.
Wait, when's the Shy's birthday?
And then also having a ton of presence in team fights, so it's a no-brainer that she's such high.
November 11th. November 11th. Star sign. Scorpio. Wait, it said Scorpio in there.
You kind of feel like you do. It's such a powerful combo, especially later on in the game. But you can just play so much in such a dangerous way when you've got that Xayah alongside you because of the extra range. It's going to be the trade of the AD carries. Do they go for the
Scorpios, supercharging your intuition and ability to read the people you encounter. The sun enters the Scorpio.
You're going to lose out in the jungle as well. Probably the Lee Sin going to be slipped across, although neither look particularly happy on it.
If that doesn't say he's winning worlds, I don't know what does. Okay. Is it New Jeans and the Super Shy song? Is it them being in the DRX bootcamp? Or is it the horoscope? That's 3 signs now. Okay, Xayah Kai'Sa not. Don't pick Renekton. It's free lose. 10% lose.
Yeah. At least with the Kai'Sa Nautilus, it's kind of a classic.
10% win rate on that champ. Don't pick Renekton.
But whether or not it matches up to Xayah Rakan, I mean, we'll have to see across the course of this game. CFO, though, kind of pick of the litter here. They've got the Rakan available. As we've mentioned, the Renekton will be locked in. You could also go for a jungler if you really want to, but we have seen a lot of junglers sort of left until the final rotations.
Talia!
I'm kind of curious to see what the game plan is, because there are options to go like, hey, we take jungle, leave Rakan, we actually go towards like Rel, Alistair, Leona, those kind of things, and just play for the engage support trade. Yeah, and it looks like that is actually going to be the call. Now again, Rel can still flex into the jungle. She still has some agency there, just not as strong as she used to be.
Yeah.
But I still think the opportunities here to go for the double flex is going to be super nice.
So if they're going to flex that around, or if it's just going to be
my chest.
Obviously, it's worth mentioning Blitzcrank.
Alright,
is still currently
what are we getting on 3 here? Glory? He's going to pick Ahri again. They can match top with Gnar.
Could go for something.
Jarvan again, sure. Okay, Jack Span. I
do like what we're seeing though from both squads. It's like, hey, look, we've tried these pick comps that just haven't worked on getting up off the ground. So let's just go back to basics. Let's go for these team fighting squads. You've got Rel,
Jack Span.
Something that could work quite well with like an Orianna or something.
And there's Bedge.
Jimmy wants to go towards that, or even the Nico that we've seen being a real threat, as I say it, in the play-in stage. But on the upside, Team Wells, it's like you've already got the engage in the Nautilus. You've got the good engage in the J4 as well. Reposition.
Are you going to Korea? Yeah, I'm going to Korea.
So your team fight is already setting itself up really nicely for this dive composition. So it's more of a case of how do CFO want to respond to this? Do they want to go for, hey, we're going to try and absorb?
It's locked. It's locked and loaded. When? I'll be in Korea for Swiss stage. So for the next stage until the finals.
And then obliterate you before you can really answer in response.
Has to be said, we've seen a surprisingly low amount of Azir so far this tournament. I was expecting
it's locked. It's done. It's locked in.
It does depend on your team's style as well. Who your mid laner
Will you stream from there? Yeah, I'm gonna stream every day from Korea.
You know, one of those champions is a little bit more
I'm flying next week sometime.
2-second nerf to his Q, which I know for Yamada on that was kind of talking, saying, hey, look, this is just not something that I think we're going to see. I think that was a major
big base.
But I know, like, Perks released his, like, these are the big champions that you got to watch out for Worlds, and he was still very high on the Azir, so I think
Orianna
it
time?
depend on your stance as well. Some mid laners just like, hell, look, this
Ahri, Talia, Ben.
So we'll have to see. But Talia taken, Ahri gone. And now the Orianna going to be selected there for Glory. So finally getting his hands onto something where it feels like he can be a big threat in this.
Will you be in
well.
Azir! Please, come on, the pick'ems, man. I haven't seen Azir in 400 years.
The Orianna very sort of
Azir.
It's almost like it's the new Azir Corki, right? Where
you
you're quite happy to go either way.
And I think that's the thing, is like, the Azir is able to play at long range.
Azir. Yes! My pick'ems have begun!
Wants to go for
yes!
Build into the auto attacks and play off that clockwork windup, even throwing out a few command attacks, because it's only, 30 to 40 mana in the early stages. Like, that command attack does not actually take
Kindred not good, I think.
mana. It's when you start using
it's good into Jarvan.
Mana just starts to drain, so it's really difficult to try and play against that if you're within range of Orianna.
All this just to last pick Gnar?
By taking those.
All this to last pick Gnar?
CFO saying, hey, look, we still want to try and match your dive, but at least having a little bit of safety for both their carries in the knockback and also the opportunity to just fly away from any sort of problems.
Sparta hovering the Darius. I mean, he was on the receiving end of the Darius versus Renekton matchup, and Adam took over that first game. He's not going to lock it in. Goes for the Aatrox.
Alright, you know the drill. You can use your tier 1 or your Twitch Prime to avoid ads for all of Worlds. You won't miss anything before the game starts, but you won't miss anything before the game starts, but you can sub now and you can avoid it all. And you won't miss anything from ads, I promise you. I got your back. Free primer equals free worlds.
So all they really want to do is go and fight at those opportunities. So I think when you're looking at CFO, again, you good up like
all right, let's rock.
A ton of safety for your carries. You can pull that go.
Let's rock and roll
with the Vi, and you kind of have an opportunity to get a lot of burst damage out from the Vi when you try and play around the kind of bottom side of the map.
Vedia, stop saying imagine seeing ads.
For Team Wales, it's a case of you have some lane power coming through with like the Nautilus setup or even the Flag and Dragon Aatrox, which has a lot of damage themselves. But you do kind of need to wait a little bit for these team fights to where Orianna hits 6, she has an item and a half, and you can actually try and play for some of these objectives, because Orianna...
You didn't even sub, Vedius. Millionaire doesn't even sub. Gets gifted. Cringe.
Relevant in these fights.
I feel like in the early game, if you've got like a carry jungler, Orianna can be fantastic, because you've got the shield, you've got the speed up, you've got a bit of CC with your ult. But in terms of actually bringing the damage yourself, you're really lackluster until, like you say, a couple of those items come on in. We'll see how this one's going to go, though. Game number 3 here between CFO and Team Wales.
Why would I give you money? You owe me money? What do you mean I owe you money?
Of making it into the qualification match.
I don't owe you anything.
Making it
I don't owe you anything.
Series that could get them into the Swiss stage of Worlds 2023. A team that nobody even expected to get past BDS, but here they are in game 3 now against CFO, against a team that again is a high seed in the tournament, is expected to do well here in play-ins, but Team Wales keep on defying expectations. You could say that they're grinding with a view of the glory.
Well, they already have a glory, so you know what? All they need
I'm
to
the
do
reason
is
your stream is popular. You owe me.
Oh,
you're the reason.
Forget, whoever loses this series will go up.
It wasn't Chomik, it was you.
Sorry, the winner of BDS and DFM. But at the moment, they have no idea they've been caught out behind them.
We don't, Chelsea. Gonna tank a bit of damage. The
hook that hook
is not great.
Where's blood going?
It's damage, but luckily, not a whole lot to be brought to the table at level 1 from CFO here. Once Chelsea's CC is on cooldown, that's kind of your
boom
from this comp. So Bia does walk away.
All right, we're CFO fans today.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that Chelsea was the only one with CC and he'd already used that on towards Artemis means that they're able to step away. So at the moment, Gemini able to move back in towards his own jungle, will be able to pick that one up. And nothing
for the
burnt
pick'ems
on either side. So the only thing is with Chelsea taking that Q in
the
early stages, does make it a little bit more difficult for him to try and play up in this lane.
That wasn't me, right?
An awful lot of the time, it's kind of like, oh, I get hooked by Nautilus, let me try and take the W in to try and counteract some of that engage, or even tank the hook and then WA to get the shield for the follow-up damage. But not having that at the early stages may leave an opportunity for Bid to maybe make a play on level 1.
Not you guys, not you.
Look for some kind of level 1
not you guys.
shenanigans. I don't know if it's something that we'll go for or not. It's been I mean, game number 2, extremely quiet. Game number 1, though, CFO really took things into their own hands. You can see, though, with this draft, you're very much leaning towards the late game with an Azir, with a Zaya alongside it. But with Rest and Gemini, that combo could definitely find some power in that early game. So wouldn't be too surprised to see something up towards the top side of the map, especially with opposite passing from B&J. If Sparta steps too far forward, Gemini could certainly look for a chance.
Yeah, and I mean, especially when you're looking towards Rest and Sparta, this is such a back and forth matchup. Very much a case of if you can get the early snowball rolling, well, you're going to hit your
I'm scared for this game though, because Glory is just going to outlane the fuck out of Jimmy Neutron. I know it.
favor. So I think a lot of this is going to be a case of, cool, let's try and get top lane in their favor and then start to move down towards that bottom side. I think Glory and Jimmy, and honestly, just kind of going to be left to their own devices. There's no real setup until you get to level 6 to try and make any sort of early plays happen.
That said,
yeah. 3-man mid. 3-man mid. Can't gap Jimmy Neutron.
Chelsea on the bottom side of lane. Flash immediately, but it's followed.
Yes.
On the other side.
Let's go.
With first blood.
So close, Glory, being able to step that one back, but Xiaoxi
Let's go.
barely able to get into range with the Q to get that kill.
That's what I'm
Nicely
talking
done
about.
by CFO, and as I said, I thought they would just kind of leave this mid lane to their own devices, but they really want to try and get Jimmy into a good spot here.
Such a great start, a really nice time roam from Xiaoxi.
And it's Ocean Dragon.
Look, my AD carry's resetting. He's going to get a call off the crashing that third wave. I've got time on my hands. Might as well make a play. Good coordination as BJ tries to get on Xiaoxi, but he'll hop over.
And at this stage, it's like, well, there's not really much for BJ to
Yo,
try
1,000 bits from the Adar.
Gemini
Yo,
is
much
on
love,
the
man.
top
Thanks for
end,
1,000
finishing off
bits.
his level 4.
Big
Nice
game for the
interrupts.
pick'ems. It's a huge game
Not
for the
gonna mean
pick'ems.
too
It's a
much. You can see
ginormous
at the
one.
moment BJ doesn't really have anything on the map. It's just his top side that's just going to
Oysters.
30 seconds. So
Oysters.
Get back towards that big wave crashing on the spot side. And Shun and Xiaoxi should be able to pick up.
You know, cancelling the reset doesn't mean a lot in the grand scheme of the game, but it does in terms of the mental warfare. Just trying to tilt them just a little bit. Rest, get some damage.
Yeah, get him rest.
Smarter. Gemini moves in. He knows that the Tri-Brush is warded. Wants to try and get cheeky with it, but has been spotted, and we'll just continue to finish off that reset.
Okay, Jimmy N can take a base here.
Is in that top side
Hello.
as well.
Take a base. Your whole team just based, and you're laning for what? For
Not
what?
sure how much mana he has. I don't know if he should just have enough for WE over the wall.
Yeah. Actually popped a cookie
Get off
there
Jimmy.
as well to make sure that
Leave Jimmy alone.
can walk away. Really wanted
Oh
to
my
stick
god, he
around.
failed
It's
his
just
EQ.
hammering
No, it's fine. I didn't see that.
From Bia there, just taking damage.
Yeah, I think he was like, can I just get away with this? Because if you don't have to use the E is such a massive amount of your mana pool in the early stages for the Azir. So trying to see
60
if you can get
mana.
away with it and be a bit cheeky, but has to
Very
use it
true,
in the
Doug,
end
very
regardless.
true.
So resets, TP's back
Very
into
true.
lane. The big thing that I want to point out though is that on the initial play that we had in mid lane, it was Xiaoxi and Glory who burnt the flash. Gemini
Why do we want
still has
Oysters
his
to win?
available.
Because I chose
So
them
if I'm
for the
looking at
pick'ems.
like a level 6 that's about to be hit off this next wave that's coming into mid lane, I'm thinking Gemini like just going towards mid. You have to
Ain't no
flash,
way my Azir just
flash onto
TP'd back to
Glory,
mid and
have
tanked the
follow-up
whole
coming
wave.
through from Jimmy, and you've got a
Just to
nice
end
little
up
setup
pushing
there
anyway.
to try and continue to punish Glory in that mid lane.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that they managed to get the kill is a bonus, but the fact that it was Xiaoxi's flash to guarantee this kill, instead of it having to be Gemini flashing, does mean, like you say, they can repunish this, they can revisit. Like a great little sort of sequence play there from CFO. Like you say, I'd love to see it again.
And this is where now they won't be able to do it off of this wave just because you can see the wave has crashed. So you're just
Cloud Dragon
a
again?
little bit as these waves kind of push themselves back out into favor of CFO. But where Gemini's position on the map at the moment,
Cloud Dragon
CBJ
again?
is like very nervous about what this Vi is going to be up to. Wants to be in position to counteract it. He believes Gemini's gone bot. Might be correct.
It's good hook. Here trying to block for his support as the feathers come back in, but Xiaoxi's gone
Why are you
already.
saying F?
It's a kill going over to be a
Was there a
great
small
little
F?
combo. 2 successful ganks now, 1 on each side.
And I'm surprised that ended up working because you can see the vision that's in position.
Was there a
here
small
for,
F or not?
For CFO. They've already
No.
got the
Yo, what's up, Veigar?
board
How you
here,
doing?
they got just there, they got a
How's your
second one
challenger
just on the
jungler
back
time
of that
going?
as well. So you've actually got a good amount of vision to spot out where BJ is, but end up giving over the kill anyway.
Great stuff coming out. Team Wales finding
Learning
a
Rammus?
chance to
Based.
punish. And putting Shun behind early
Based Rammus
would
enjoyer.
certainly be valuable. He's still going to survive. Luckily for them, it was Xiaoxi that went down, so doesn't fall behind on CS. Does manage to, in fact, stay exactly
Yo, Monday,
even
thanks for the
in
tier 1.
CS, but has that call, so ever so slight minor advantage in the bottom lane for Shun in terms of the CS.
Rammus.
Obviously, the assist for Artemis there. So decent start from both teams. Let's talk big
Okay,
picture
we're
then.
chilling this
Let's
game.
talk next few minutes of the game.
Jimmy Neutron's not getting blasted in mid.
With the mid laners we've got,
Glory's
with the
flash
AD
back up
carries
soon
we've
though.
got, we're anticipating a fairly slow one, but when
I
it
hope he
comes
got
to
that cannon.
junglers and solo laners, there's more space for action.
We just get a quick replay here. Xiaoxi getting caught out, had to burn the W on the flag and drag, had no
Nice
flash
kill.
from that earlier play in mid.
Nolte's got the kill though, so we're chilling.
Around bot side, but just wasn't quick enough to get to that bottom lane. But as you say, I think
They're
solo
trying to
lanes
really
now
get this
start to
Orianna
make
flash,
target
aren't they?
attack As Rift Herald up in 25 seconds.
Nice cover from
He's hovering
Team
in towards
Quails
bot
though.
side river. Didn't spot Xiaoxi. Xiaoxi's
Man,
hiding
Glory
his
really
bush,
just
but
Chovy every
yeah, I
game,
think
doesn't
it's
he?
kind of a
He
case
doesn't
of
miss
I
a
wanna
creep,
try
that
and
guy.
cover On this mid lane push for Jimmy, make sure he doesn't burn a flash or anything before this Rift Herald spawns.
I will say, decent vision coverage for CFO. A couple of wards in the river around Herald, one over towards the chickens as well, but not much deep vision and zero vision whatsoever from Team Wales. So,
wait, Veigar, are you gonna coach me in mid or what? I'm gonna get challenger mid.
Artemis has swapped up towards this top side. Shun still in the bottom lane here. It looks like he's not gonna go for plates though. He's gonna make a beeline now across the map.
You've already got a ton of priority here. Artemis is
Why is everyone coping?
BJ has level 6, trying to see if he can set this one up.
Jimmy is still in the mid lane as Shousey flashes out and then jumps back into the Cataclysm, but he's low on HP himself. That's been Jay down. Shousey traded. His beer in the middle of everyone.
Where's his Herald? 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 Where's his Herald?
Gemini's gone down already.
Where's his Herald? Where's his Herald?
Happy to tank up for his team. The
He's gonna use it now. Oh
no. But Shun in the meantime is getting damaged down and Jimmy protects his top laner. We reset for a second, but it's 2 for 1.
The fact that you end up with Gemini going down late means that BJ going to be out here faster. They should be able to turn this over, but again, Shun, little bit too late to the party. Artemis had already been in a position to try and follow that one up, so he's perfectly fine to set up the fight with the numbers advantage for Team Wales.
Jimmy!
It's onto the mid lane, but the W hit a minion. So there's no follow-up there from Artemis. He didn't have his ultimate, but the damage alone might have been enough. Jimmy walks out with his life, and this will be a singular plate to Shun if he can just get 1 or 2 in.
Yeah, it looks like Team Wales, though, not actually. I thought they were just going to start Rift Herald to take it as the 4-man squad. Knowing Gemini will be late, BJ comes in, they smite it, all is well and good. You get to cover the mid play, and then you'll be in a position to follow up, but not actually going for it.
Let's go Wales.
With Artemis going low in the mid
no,
lane,
let's not go Wales.
Thanks to Shun and
let's go CFO.
It's actually going to be CFO who pick up that Rift Herald on the top side. Response should come through from BJ, where he'll roam over to try and push in boss, get some vision control for this dragon, but we'll see here, like, look at where Artemis is in the map. He's already coming into this fight, so even though Shousey flashes, misses the Q because it's a bit of a trade of positions, but still they get the kill. It's just they've more in the
surprised this here didn't see
starts to come in as well.
An angle here somewhere.
Themselves onto rest. Gemini ends up falling, and this is kind of what I was talking about, where Jimmy and Shun, they've a ton of opportunities to keep themselves safe from Team Wales on the back line and trying to continue these fights forward, like keep themselves at bay. But unfortunately, there's just not enough damage at the moment from the Azir or from the Xayah to try and carry that one back.
And it feels like there's a little disjointed.
They're giving Drake?
Right? The fact that Shun's not there yet, Jimmy
has
is
so
not
much
there
bot
yet,
push.
and you already started the fight. It's not ideal from their side. Just put them.
What do you mean? Why do you say you can't play Azir? Why do you have to bring me into this?
They're going to be able to start off this Drake, as you mentioned, off the back of the tempo, off the back of the Herald being taken from CFO. Team Wales are able to get vision control of the area. We'll be able to secure themselves their first Drake of the game.
I can play Azir.
Will be a cloud taken here, which means Soul.
I was actually insane on Azir in scrims.
That would be fairly nice for either side to pick up. Artemis already getting caught out by Shousey, not quite able to get the Q to hit, but CFO stepping forward now. They can see that they've already got pressure onto this bottom side thanks to the wave. Should be able to pick up a play for themselves. And with Rift Herald in tow, they're trying to make something happen. But there's a lot of members.
Jimmy N is getting the moves, but like he always goes down like 20-30 CS because he's getting out-farmed.
It's going to be down to Bean J now, trying to track Gemini. Sure that he doesn't get free entrance.
This Glory has a CS hack, I'm sure of it.
The plate's still up for another 3 minutes time, so they've got time to use that Herald, and in fact, just going to slam it down towards this
Jimmy Neutron can't get gold for it.
I don't know if he managed to get a hit on it. Doesn't look like it. So I think all of that gold just going over to Gemini.
Yeah, a little bit unfortunate. I think they wanted to try and get as much of that gold in towards Shun. And if you can even get that bot lane tower down, it opens up Shousey to continue making these plays because you can push in boss.
Mario Kart after.
Has to be careful about
we're going to end the stream and I'm going to stream later.
But not going to be the case. Either way, Shun will pick up another play for himself.
Because I have to go to get a haircut. Because I booked a haircut 3 days ago and I accidentally booked it for the 24th of October instead of the 10th. Or something. And then I arrived there and they said, you're dumb as fuck. And then I said, okay, when can I come again then? And they said, today. So I'm gonna go today. Because my hair is fucking longer than NA ever lasted at Worlds. It's horrible. You
can see the difference in items there. You got the Iron Spike whip already completed. Oh, hang on.
Oh, big combo down at the bottom side. The root comes
big
in.
Kill.
I mean, there's really not a lot you can do against a Vi, is there? The ultimate comes in. The feathers follow it up. Beautifully done. And a kill into Shun's pocket.
And also,
that doesn't make any sense. I don't care.
Likely, or at least some of these plates on bot lane tower are going to go over because it's just the Nautilus that's underneath this tower to try and keep it safe. You can see Shousey covering a potential play on mid lane, but as soon as they realize that it's Bay underneath this tower, I'm not sure if they want to try and commit for a bit more, but yeah, it looks like they'll be happy with just another plate going across the shot.
But like Shun just got a plate earlier on. I think that's 3 plates, and I'm pretty sure he's got all 3 of them solo at this point. His cull is now finished. He got the kill off of that play. Shun is quietly stacking up a lot of gold, and you've got this Xayah.
Oh, that movement.
Nice little side.
Morel's got a big hitbox, hasn't she? That's a nice movement.
To walking through the river back into the lake.
Yeah, it's just like, well, BJ
Clean.
is here. I can
Oh yeah, wait, Nautilus is in this game. Wait, kill Nautilus. Everyone kill Nautilus.
With the jungler now gone,
hang on.
and
Pick'ems.
Orianna on the way. This might have been a mistake from CFO.
The recall being channeled by Shun. He's like, I'm sorry, Xiaoxi, you're on your own, pal, but he can clear them.
I think they weren't sure if Jimmy had just gone for the reset, so potential like full mythic item coming in into the TP play on bot lane could have been a disaster if Team Wales had gone for it. So with Jimmy and
Right, and maybe get to play before they fall.
Call this one quits. They also
Alright, we're chilling.
had full reset, so they decided to
We're
back
chilling
away
this game.
instead. But I like that we're getting this from Team Wales. Like, one of the big things that we talked about was how slow Team Wales were, how they weren't really trying to play aggressive or really trying to set up for plays.
Is it worth
But at least
for
coming into Worlds,
Renekton
they've
to go
actually been
early
trying to make plays happen. It's just unfortunate that
executioners in this
CFO
lane?
have been a step ahead of them on this one, or Gemini in the bush. to
Really nice
easily
kill
pick
by
off
CFO.
Artemis as he steps up.
Yeah. Very nice execution on it, using the ult first to then follow up with the Q knock-up to then follow up with the feathers, not allowing any time or space for counterplay from Artemis. So excellent execution there from CFO, and that's the value of the Vi. That's what.
Nice, let's go Shun.
I mean, we were talking about sneakily building up a gold lead for Shun. He's over 1,000 gold ahead.
Yeah, that's absolutely insane, the lane economy. But we're going to have to see if he can try and push that one forward. I think Shun definitely in position. I believe he's finished his Kraken Slayer now completed, so should be in a position where he actually is a major threat even to people like BJ as well. And the safety in these fights between the Emperor's Divide and also having his ultimate is going to make it very difficult for Team Wales to get access to him. You're really hoping that BJ basically gets the flag and drag into Cataclysm, lock him up in place just long enough that Glory's then able to follow up
Drake in
with the shockwave.
45.
Otherwise, I don't know how you're
Pops
going to have access
FTP.
to
I'm just desperate to see like.
Yeah,
the
CFO have good push.
I feel like Orianna's back in the meta. We have so much.
There are 7 oceans killed and
really
16
flashy
clouds
combos
so
where the
far.
Jarvan
Yeah,
flies
I
in
don't
from
care.
the side.
Ocean will
The
catch up.
shockwave on him as he flies
Ocean will
in.
catch up.
Then you got Artemis flying into the back like Sparta with the Q. Like, there's so much chance to see these incredible
There
big
definitely
explosions.
is. My biggest worry is that like that combo starts off, you're like slow motion, they run in, and next thing Shun goes up in the air, and Jarvan kind of just looks as this Xayah leaves off into the heavens, and then this wall slams into his face.
What's your one?
He is here and says, "No, not today."
First tower.
And the
That's
entire
first
plan
tower.
is
50
'cause
minutes.
That's what I actually am worried about. If he tries.
Second
to make
Herald
this
is
big play.
spawning.
So they even do the combo.
Second Herald is kind of nice for
the dust
CFO
settles
here.
and you realize it was all just onto Xiaoxi.
Looks like they might fight it actually.
And suddenly the rest of CFO turned up.
Azir base timer is good.
The horse deserved better.
The thing is, he had aftershock on, so he's actually still.
Okay, full
half
send.
HP. Here we go. Harold kicked off.
Don't let them
though.
take this. Don't let them take this.
Looking for it this time as CFO. They've respected it now. They've moved in. Jimmy and not quite there just yet.
Orianna
He's just
TP'd
moved up
from
to
top
tier
to
one
there.
mid-lane. 3K
It's
on
gonna
the
reset, though.
Herald. It's almost out of patience, and there we go. It does reset. So Team Wales not quite able to finish it off in time. Does mean we have an opportunity for a 5v5.
Yeah, a bit of a split call here, though. Like, you got Rest and Gemini who are trying to play for the Rift.
Positioning for
But with the
CFO is a
Xiaoxi,
bit weird.
Jimmy and
Their
Cat
carries
play
can't enter.
into position, so Team Wales start to
Glory
push
is zoning
forward.
their carries.
Kind of keeping a lot of these guys at bay.
Hooking onto Xiaoxi here. They're trying to get the rel, and he doesn't get anything off before he goes
Oh,
down.
Renekton.
Lot of feathers down, but the shockwave!
Jimmy!
That's the combo
Get him, Jimmy!
we're talking about. Jimmy in with the
Get him,
wall.
Jimmy!
Can kinda
Go on,
catch
Jimmy!
Gemini
Oh, nice flash! Oh, get him, Jimmy!
And Jimmy
Yeah, hell yeah!
plays everyone. It's beautiful on the Azir. The soldiers
WQ.
doing the work as Gemini looks for a little bit more.
Oh, in the air!
The
Boom! 2 fists, baby.
power gauntlets come
Holy
through.
fuck, Jimmy!
The 1-inch punch I've ever seen one, just barely able to clip him as he walks away. And off the back of that as well, like, Rift Herald went down, nobody's picked it up. And also now Dragon going across
Jimmy
the
redeeming
CFO,
himself.
and they'll get the mid lane tower. So it's the fight that kills onto
This
the
is
carries
perfect. We need
and
Jimmy to
the
do well,
objectives to boot
so
as
CFO win, but also so people realize Azir is still like playable and they pick it for our pick'ems.
Huge. We were talking about Shun picking up gold. Jimmy is now 3-0-2 off the back of that fight. He is monstrous on the Azir.
The Leandri's Anguish already completed. He's going to be very quickly working up towards that Nashor's Tooth as well. It's going to mean he's an absolute menace in those fights. But as you said, like, both mid laners having their moments in that fight. Big shockwave from Glory. And for Shun, he went down, but Jimmy was able to carry that fight on the get-go. So really, really good stuff from either mid laner in that fight.
Did you vote for BDS? Yeah, but the Discord pick'ems. The Discord. Do I talk about pick'ems too much? Should I stop it?
Yeah, I think this was the right call from Wales. Turn on to Chelsea, try and get him out of the equation. And as Shun starts to move forward here, the shockwave into the big slam down from Sparta. But then Jimmy immediately responds.
This flash from Jimmy was really good.
The flash forward to get away from the knockup. But Jimmy, no!
Oh,
Jimmy, no! Oh, Jimmy!
The shockwave Jimmy! He's on another level today. BJ has to go underneath the tower.
No! Get him, Jimmy! Q! Ah!
The Q cooldown comes in to bite him.
The Gore Drinker giving that health across as well. He just couldn't quite get it, as you say. The nerf coming into play. Jimmy didn't quite have that cooldown to get the Q, to get the damage that he needed. But big win for Team Wales. 4 kills now onto Glory thanks to that play.
Massive.
Do players see the ad banners in game? No, they don't. I'm pretty sure they don't. I think in the ADC,
the ultimate dodging away from the shockwave, very nicely done. But unfortunately, not quite enough to keep himself alive. We're now 7-7 on the scoreboard, and we got a bit of a
I have no idea.
And you can see here, right, Jimmy, this is what we're talking about. As BJ goes in,
really?
great wall, and as the
I swear in the LEC there was one on the wall that said Kia or something. I didn't see it in game.
Move forward out of range to keep the minions out of range of the tower, but it means that when BJ goes for the ultimate, he actually is just barely outside of the range.
I don't know. You'd have to see the pro view.
Can't get BJ underneath the tower to finish him off. So
pretty sure it's an observer thing. You don't see them in game. Yeah, it'd be a bit weird to see them in game.
Also, look at Glory's build. He's just finished off that Archangel staff, or not the Archangel staff, the
Seraph's Embrace.
Seraph's Embrace, thank you. Where he's now in a position where he's actually going to be terrifying on those 3 items, like going for that full damage build that takes a little bit longer to come online, but because he's got those 4 kills, he's actually able to go for it.
Top tier 1?
Top tier 1. Powered by AWS that, like, even though Glory is starting to get strong in his own right, like the Xayah,
Jarvan's going Frozen Heart.
Having these items being strong in their own right.
Actually, not the worst item, is it?
CFO.
Actually, not that bad.
Drake, having a 3k gold lead
against
overall,
Nashor's Tooth Azir and double AD.
CFO. Team Wales by no means out of the game just yet, but still a very comfortable position
need some MMR though, obviously,
for
but
side of the PCS.
Yeah,
I can kind of see it.
Down to the fact as well, like 2 dragons already picked up by CFO, a potential 2nd mountain dragon going into the hands of CFO is going to make them so much tankier, where that burst damage from the
running plans executioners now
isn't going to mean as much. So I think for CFO, trying to focus on towards this next dragon is going to be a big
posture
win.
is so bad.
Starting to get a little bit of oh, I thought that was they actually started the Baron. I was like, what the hell?
They can do Baron quite quickly.
In total gold, Shun, Jimmy, and Glory are almost exactly even. 3 carries at the top of the game. It's not often you see
he's trying to get Xayah flash.
Could be in trouble. Doesn't get the pullback of his feathers. But
nice try.
Managed to walk away.
Really good to just try and get AD flash on midwave every now and then.
On the map, Team Wales know about it, trying to clear some
before Drake.
But I like what Team Wales are going for. Hey, can we get a ult burn? Can't we get a flash? Can we get something burnt onto Shun to make it that bit easier to focus him in a team fight? Because already Jimmy with the wall, having a flash, even the opportunity to just swoop himself out of there makes it very difficult to lock him down.
I'm not doing Nessie, please.
Quite get it, but I like that Team Wales are being proactive, because this is very different from what we saw from them yesterday. Like, they kind of just sat back and let the game happen around them. This time they're like, hey, how do we try and get into the fight? How can we try and find little advantages that we can push forward?
That's the nice thing, is it does feel like we're witnessing Team Wales improving across the course of these 2 series. And the fact that they get 6 games of stage experience, especially when, you know, we've been talking about earlier, Artemis being a rookie, every single game is so valuable for this team. Sparta doing his combo in the wrong direction. I think he was just trying to get ready for Q3 there, but won't be able to find the crab for himself. But Team Wales, it does feel like they're improving.
Top tier 1,
it does feel like
finally.
they're better on the team. And ultimately,
we made it.
It's still a very even game. They're still on the cusp of making it to that qualification series, to potentially getting into the Swiss stage of Worlds.
Yeah, which would be absolutely
all 3 altars down.
Honestly, for both these sides, again, CFO looking to join their PCS brethren.
It's Baron o'clock.
#1 seed from either group. A statement
after Drake, obviously.
to be made by the PCS region.
They're fighting this Drake Team Wales.
First time at the international stage. VCS #2 representative, potentially picking up the 2nd ever best of series win for the #2 in the VCS would be absolutely incredible.
Do you know what's just dawned on me? If Team Wales wins this one, then CFO wins their lower bracket game. We get CFO versus PSG for one of our qualification games. We get a rematch of the PCS finals.
That went to 5 games.
No, we don't. We get BDS versus PSG, no? They opposite. They do opposite group.
Gemini looking to see if he can get onto Glory, pick him off before this fight kicks off.
It's opposite group knockouts.
Right now, and CFO know it. They'd love to get themselves onto Soul Point, but Shousey finds a way in.
Engage is good.
The
oh, the Violent is really good. But does he die? Does he have stopwatch? No, he doesn't.
They don't have the damage to follow it up. It's 1-for-1 so far. Rest wants a little bit more of it. But that was Gemini that went down. That means they can't safely take the Drake.
And it's for a support and return. You'll take that as Team Wales. Now, Flash is burnt galore on towards Team Wales. So you don't really have that opportunity to try and contest this once more. Because again, Jimmy can still go in. You've got Flashes on towards Rest. They could try and turn it, but they're going to turn for the Baron instead.
Oh, they have a blast gun.
The rest of the team making a beeline right now.
They must have seen it. Hey, they TP to a pink. You see it on the minimap. As if no one saw that. As if.
This is sneaky.
As if no one saw that on the minimap.
Seen a stealthy whale before in my life, but I'm witnessing it.
What?
Here. They're underneath the waves. They've been spotted, but
there's 5 of them and no one saw the TP.
Stolen away.
Absolutely amazing call from Team Wales. BJ, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. That doesn't count. You're still going to be able to hop out. But the fact that you managed to sneak that one away, CFO completely caught with their pants down. Even Sparta.
How do you not see a whale? They're fucking huge.
Shousey, fantastic engage here. The setup is there, but Shun, too short range to auto attack up the wall. Jimin is the only one that can get in position. And Artemis being able to reposition helps out a good bit here because it means that you do end up bringing the buy with you, but you are able to get the turn immediately from BJ as well to again keep Artemis safe by the space where Shun and Jimmy just can't quite follow up because the fight had teetered so far away from them.
He question mark pinged himself.
Glory and Jimmy continues here. Both of them doing massive damage, and Glory has slowly but surely been keeping that goal coming in. 5 kills now.
This chat is so tough.
Is this a bot lane brawl? Like, the amount of people that are starting to move down here. BJ hopping over the wall, will spot out Gemini, immediately has to try and back away. I think both teams reading exactly what they wanted to try to achieve there.
Trying to take the tier 1, and actually worth mentioning,
you guys crack me up.
Got a Baron. They haven't taken a single tier 1 on the map just yet, so they've got plenty of standing gold to take.
Why is it every team fight you just take the lowest number and write OME?
If Ender has taught me anything,
useful champ.
When Team Wales doesn't take top lane tower, that's when they win the game. So as long as they stay away from top lane and focus on bot side, that's how they're going to win.
If just one top lane tier 1 being alive was enough for them to win the first game, surely all 3 tier 1s triples the amount of power that gives them. Wait,
it's a hypothesis we have to test. Glory getting TP'd on. BJ here in position. Glory, they know you're there, bro.
Yeah, he's going to get ulted. Jimmy's on the way as well. I don't think he needs
give it to Jimmy, give it to Jimmy.
Just finish this one off. Glory trying to buy as much time as he can, but they all
Caedrel shockwave.
A big old sombrero there. Jimmy does take a chunk for their troubles, but still a pick for the side of CFO.
The entirety of CFO able to dance around the hat, make sure they're not getting caught in that. And now Artemis trying to respond in mid as they will get the push going. Sparta as well. I mean, the fact that you managed to get potentially 2 towers off this for a pick, you're kind of happy with that.
It's been found. So, like you say, 2 tier 1s taken across the map here. Shun pushing out the top side.
You know how they say the universe is infinite in the multiverse and every outcome is very possible? There's a universe where Caedrel Shockwave found them all. There is. It is out there somewhere.
Does not have his ult available to chase it.
Still, like, I think you're happy is that it's Team Wales. Like, look, obviously it sucks that that Glory went down, but the fact you're getting 2 towers out of that equation, like all outer turrets are now down, and you can start to set up the vision control that you want, play for the likes of the Dragon. Now, it is like, this is their Baron buff. Like, this is kind of starting to dwindle down a little bit, and you can see from the results that, like, CFO, just off that last play, their win expectancy powered by AWS has gone down a little bit.
There's a universe where it's like, wait, Faker just cancelled it. That's true. There is a universe like that. Anyway,
they do still have that advantage.
Jimmy Neutron needs Rabadons. They can stall for that. Their soul's in 120. Does he get it before? Does he get it before Drake?
I think the big one that I need to see.
He's going to Krugs.
CFO to go right. This is
you can sell Doran's ring for it too. Artemis is doing Renan's Kaisa. Is Renan's Kaisa good?
Gemini and Shun stepping up together. They're aware that they need to try and get control over
I always normally see people go through
PD
third.
They have to try and draft that vision in towards the bottom side of the map. Get deep vision so that they can spot out where Glory is, where BJ is. Give the opportunity for them to set up a front to back. That means that Jimmy is safe, Shun is safe, and there's no real issues. Because at the moment, their vision is so shallow. Like, they barely have it in River. And it means that it's very easy for BJ to hover on pinks like this. And if Shun steps up, they blow his flash, they blow his ultimate, and then now you're in a position where Bay can then follow up with his ultimate. Target Shun, set up for that dive potential that Team Wells have.
Come on, let's go Oysters. There's the Rabadons, baby. Sold Doran's ring.
But Drake up in 30 seconds. And Team Wales, they know how important this is. You can see they've got good.
Yeah, why does Artemis have a bounty? What the hell is that all about?
Tougher with the Azir Sundisc there to block them a little bit further. Rest fighting for Prio 2. CFO, they would love to get in here and contest the Drake, but it's difficult to move in.
Nice.
That said, Shousey disagrees.
Okay.
Dives into the back
I see divers, but I don't see damage.
The rest of the team couldn't follow. Sparta zoning everything.
Where are we going?
Rest is alone on the front line. That's one though, making it 3v4. Rest turns golden as the feathers come down. Rest escapes with his life, and Sparta has to flee as well. Somehow CFO with only 3 keep it alive.
BJ is a goddamn hero. He goes in with the Cataclysm the second Shousey goes to the engage. So Shousey, Gemini, everyone dives forward, and he locks Jimmy in place. He locks Rest in place and denies CFO the opportunity to follow up on Shousey's engage. That play from BJ may have just held on to the game for them. Watch it here. Shousey gets rid of the Banshees, goes to the engage, and BJ immediately ults onto the top side, stops Jimmy and following up, who doesn't get over the wall. Rest can follow up, and Team Wales get to regroup, set themselves up again, and follow through after dealing with the 2 divers on the back line.
Phenomenal. Shun doing a really good job of stopping the then follow-up from Team Wales. If he doesn't
it's hard.
There, if he doesn't have those feathers available to threaten.
Dag that has called him BJ.
I will just quickly point out 3 items on both mid laners. Glory going slightly
Alright, there's here. Orianna no flash. We got stopwatch. We got flash. Let me see the Shahu. Let me see the Shahu. Let me see it. Just full send.
This is such a crucial objective. Glory is on bot side, has TP to get up, but again, like, only Glory has no flash, and Sparta has no flash coming in onto Team Wells. We'll have to check in a second what the summoner spells are like, but the damage, you can see it's Jimmy and not against Glory anymore. Sparta doing.
Why are you being CFO biased? Well, I don't want Vedius to win again. Team Wales is not winning. Also, I put a pick'em on CFO. Also, more Nautilus deaths if they win.
If we get that massive engage, the follow-up on CFO can actually come through.
If they can get the engage, and that's a big if. Both teams playing fantastic. I mean, like, the level of play feels absolutely matched in this 3rd game. It feels like Team Wales have evolved over this series. CFO learning from their previous mistakes in game number 2, and now 10 and 10 on the scoreboard.
Vedius is such a Twitch chatter. He wrote, "Glory's gonna show you his hole." You're such a Twitch chatter.
Team Wales feels like once again in control of the river. Or at least were.
Be careful, yeah. Still, this is where Jimmy can start to come alive. As long as he knows exactly where Team Wells are, he can position his soldiers, position behind his front line, and make himself all right. And that's why Team Wells are trying to find these little pockets of vision that they can play around for BJ to invade, B to look for something. But Rest is actually the one that snuck in behind them. They have no vision of where this Renekton is. Artemis starting to push up, which is now where Rest is going to go.
Yeah, flashing forwards, but instant reactions there from
nice
Shun.
reaction.
Protects himself with the ultimate. Gemini, the target, turns golden. Rest is in a perfect spot to get into the fray, but actually, they just engage onto him instead. He has to dash away himself.
Azir can't hit. They're always running away.
No! To protect his top lane, but doesn't. Holds on to the ability. Sparta now charged.
Oh, Shousey, nice, but they have stopwatch. Where is Jimmy Neutron going? Jimmy!
They found themselves the fight and they finally get ahead, but BJ, no! The blast cone betrays.
Where's the damage?
What's happening?
It's too strong. Gore Drinker keeps BJ alive, but still, Gemini wants to go, wants to try and find him. Still have Glory over on the side. He doesn't know. He wants to.
They're ending mid. Can we clear?
Kill onto Gemini, but they will back away. BJ, you can't really go for this flash up on Gemini very soon.
Where? It's full. Where's the damage at? Show me! Now he missed! Yes! We hold that, we hold that, we hold that, we hold that, we hold that. I've seen too many people lose on this one wave. Don't lose on the wave. Shoot! He's got shockwave! Jimmy Neutron's up.
That to his name, but they can't end the game just yet.
Jimmy is up and available, so they have to back away. Team Wales.
We held the wave. We held the wave.
In trying to make that play happen, and now they're the ones that have to back away. CFO will be coming back on the map. No AD carry to speak of though, and this is where they end up spotting out rest at the best time. They go over the wall. Jimmy and Shun very separated from the team again. Whereas when you look at Team Wales, they're all positioned in the same spot. Sparta goes over the wall to rest. Artemis is immediately there. Shun and Jimmy are trying to play catch up to this fight, which means that Artemis is positioned behind his front line at all times, and CFO are so split.
Yeah, Chelsea's turn was good, but Aatrox stopwatch that item, remove it from the game. Actually, Jimmy did good to dodge the shockwave, but I don't know if he did that on purpose.
Shun has already had to go over the wall with his flash.
I don't know if he did that on purpose.
Team Wales taking the Baron on live right now. We can see a replay of Chelsea and Shun, absolute heroics to save the game.
Team Wales got Nash.
And a great little shockwave, perfectly timed, but it is Baron over.
Renekton Abyssal Mask.
Like
what the hell?
A little earlier in that fight, he was trying to find the hero play, but honestly, you just gotta escape the play at that stage.
Still though, this is so potentially here for CFO if they can get this. Fight for mid priority is crucial. Vision is nowhere to be found for Team Wales.
Okay, I'll let him cook.
Find the pick.
Is Renekton griefing again?
Renekton! Is Tanky surviving a long time here.
Oh, Chelsea! Jimmy!
The Jimmy was looking for
Jimmy!
absolute carnage in the river.
Save him!
Too far forwards. He's surviving for now. Sparta goes forwards and a stopwatch again.
Oh, the hook missed. Shun, cook. Get the vegetables on the grill. Yes! Wait, they can end. They can end. Chase that Aatrox. Chase him. Chase him slowly. Chase him slowly. Get him!
Never mind, Chelsea.
Run!
Gemini wants to try and do it. He's trying to keep Sparta at bay. Screw the dragon.
Back in. Go back in.
Sparta, has he,
can in?
Is he able
hold
to
up.
kill Gemini and TP back? Has the Baron recall? Gemini stops him again.
Nicely done. This is not Gemini's first jungle 1v1 in the last
Mr. Stark, I don't feel so good.
Stop Sparta resetting.
No, they can't end.
He knows he'll die if he goes for any more, but that will be... Hang on. Sparta feeling cheeky with it, but he got spotted on a ward. He will have to reset.
Wait, they get Mountain Soul.
And CFO are making a beeline for it.
There's no TP for
That's
Glory,
huge if they can get Mountain Soul.
For Sparta. Immediately
they're TPing in though.
Spot side.
Start the Drake.
So low as CFO. No ultimate available for Shun. Jimmy going to TP back into the play.
Kill. Violed, how long? It's not up yet. Oh, it's up. Stun. Auto root. Damage. No Sild. Bitter.
The bird is not the word anymore.
Jimmy Neutron.
Trying to go forwards, but he's overstepped as well. It's disaster on
no TP on Aatrox.
It has to be a Jimmy and Curry.
No TP on Aatrox.
Has to be the one to be the consistent damage in this one. Sparta reset, coming back out. No jungler available for Team Wales. They can't.
More deaths on Nautilus. Stack him up.
Glory.
They have no smite. Yo, they have.
He needs to TP back.
Renekton has what in his item build? He has a what? The fuck is that?
Artemis just free firing onto the top lane and flies into the
Jimmy!
Takes out Jimmy! No. Artemis!
Why is there a mortal reminder Abyssal Mask Renekton running around? No!
They can already see it in their eyes. Super minion versus super minion. Sparta needs to try and clear
no.
The last tick of the Baron buff.
No.
Try and take them across the finish line. The PCS versus the VCS.
I bless you with the power of the Shy. I bless you. Show it to me. Show me the clutch, the miracle. I bless you with it. Take it. It's yours. What can you do with it? Anything? Anything? Shun. 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 No.
For it, but he's denied.
They're gonna wait for him as well? You motherfuckers, you're horrible.
And ever outdoing expectations.
Team Wales will never be denied. The history of yesterday.
The Wales are pretty good.
Game 1, come alive in game 2, and a hard-fought game.
Bro, Glory is insane.
The
Glory is so good.
Take the first seed of Group B.
You can see the joy in their hearts with that big team.
Glory is so good.
They must be
I'm a Glory enjoyer.
The moon right now, and honestly, for VCS fans everywhere, they've got to be cheering at home because after GAM had their first series, it looked a little dicey.
I'm a Glory enjoyer. He gapped mid every game so far.
I mean, doing so well domestically, but they're making it to the Worlds, making such a statement here. and making it to the qualification match.
Yeah, I mean, so many people doubted them coming into this, but at Team Wales, it has been such a hard-fought opportunity for them to get here. 22 games played in their playoffs alone to get themselves here. Their last 3 series in the VCS were
Whoa, why is everyone slitting throats?
Games, every single step.
Relax,
then
relax.
At the last hurdle against GAM. But now when they get to the international stage, for the first time for this organization, they are showing up massively.
Shouty, not happy with that one. Can't blame him. And I have to say, there's one part of me that's just a little bit happy that CFO have got it.
Those things are annoying. I hate those plastic bags. Getting the fucking the thing on the thing. It's really hard.
That's still very possible. But our Oppo player of the series is going to be BeanJ. So many incredible opportunities set up by this player.
100%. There was these opportunities where it could have gone CFO's way, but even the mechanics that he had in the lease in, like this play was disgusting. Like the safeguard to B, to then follow up on the Q, to get the flash kick onto Sean, to what looked like a CFO done and dusted game. BeanJ's able to turn around with some incredible mechanics.
Yeah, BeanJ deserved to play really well.
Jarvan in this game as well, where some of these engages have gone awry from to then have that turnaround. Like BeanJ was making it.
Yeah, my pick him so what?
When it mattered most.
I believed in CFO, and I don't regret it. I would have believed in them again.
Some great smites as well. I mean, this one where BeanJ literally just playing to stop them recalling, playing to keep them in. We were so confused.
I believed in my boy Jimmy.
Then you see them moving on the minimap. You
shall
see
see.
Moving into the base. And BeanJ sacrifices his life for this play.
Yeah, I mean, it ended up working out. It does go down, but it cracks open the base. It sets up then for the next play when Team Wales are able to take that final fight at the Dragon Soul and turn this game around. Phenomenal stuff from Team Wales. And I mean, such a massive win for the region as well. When they've been denied so often their opportunities to play at these international events.
The play-ins format's really fun.
So big, it's incredible.
I don't remember what the play-ins format was. I even did play-ins in 2021. I don't remember what the play-ins format was, but this play-ins format's fun.
When it comes to the rest of the world, we're going to have
the best of 3 is really nice.
Big games. But that's it here from the caster desk for today. I've been watching. This has been Dagda. It's time to send it over to our wonderful analysts to break it all down in our world's cooldown.
Thank you so much, Munchables. Wonderful analyst test. That's lovely. You know, it's almost as nice as winning a best of 3 when you lose the first game. Team Wales building on this particular one. Not quite sure how I was going to connect that one there, so be honest with you. Nailed it. Absolutely seamless. But, I mean, it does feel like it's kind of becoming a formula for them now. They lose game 1, they download, and then it just becomes as easy as that from then onwards.
Easy
can
clap.
Never doubt this team.
All right, chat. I want to play Mario Kart now, but I got to go to the hairdresser to cut this fucking shit off my head. Okay, so I'll be streaming when I come back. I have to go there in an hour. Okay, and then when I come back, then I'll probably stream again. Okay? Deal? I'll stream again today. I promise. I promise. I promise. I promise. I'll be back. We'll be back with some League, maybe some mid lane, and then we'll be back with some Mario Kart. Deal? Make sure to press follow on the stream. Follow. Surely he'll be back. I will be back. I will be. You said that yesterday? No, yesterday I said I'm not sure if I'll be back because I'm feeling a bit sick. But now I'm saying I will be back because I feel better. I feel a lot better. Planes is fun. Who plays tomorrow in Planes? R7 versus GAM and DFM versus BDS. Bro, Appaman about to get a reality check from Adam. Okay? Don't forget to press follow on the stream. It really helps out. You can do ! giveaway in the chat for the giveaway. And yeah, I'll be back later. I'll be back later. Okay, I'm not going to be a 5-hour Andy. I'm not a 5-hour Andy. I can last longer than that. Sometimes. All right. Shout out to the lurkers, the bidders, the gifters, the chatters, the subbers, the donors. I'll be back in about, I'll probably be back by about 3:30, so in about 2 hours or 2 hours, 30 minutes, okay? 2 hours, 30 minutes from now, I'll be back. Shout out to the lurkers, the bidders, the gifters, the chatters, the subbers, the donors, the resubbers. Just end the stream, we don't care. All right, fuck this. All right, peace out. Fucking idiot. Fuck you. back in 2 hours. Ah.